I think I'm good. I think I'm all right. Coffee and Kush TV. Are we on? Are we on? Hit that like button and subscribe. Got some excellent conversation for those who support the road and this whole little uncovering of history that we've been on for what, the last year and a half, 2 years, really the last few months, maybe 4, 5, 6 months has been very interesting. Very interesting, especially now the unexpected death of the Queen. So I was here thinking yesterday, and even after the show, that's what it takes to produce a show like this. You got to be thinking, and that's the beauty of it all. You got to be thinking of it. And if you're not thinking, no answers is gonna come to you if you're not using your brain. If your brain is built in filth and all this other shit. But all type of things came to me yesterday. I was sitting up here chilling, and it made me revert back to King George. And I wanted to dive into this conversation, but guess what? I went back and started researching. Shout out to the people in the chat room. Who in here? Shout out to Bo Cat, Amanda, my moderators, all y'all. Shout out to y'all. But I went back and, we kind of busted these guys at the whole uncovering of the Nazi regime. And you got to remember, you got to keep your mind open. Black Nazis, black this, but all that is for the revealing of it all. So don't feel complacent like black Nazis or this one or that one, like we've made it. Rather just kind of look like it like a book opening up in your imagination. It's kind of weird to say, but it's kind of like a book opening. History is like that, especially when approached correctly. What's up with you? So guess what? I went back and I started researching where these people come from, right? So this is going to get very interesting real fast, so stay with me. Stay with me, fam. Stay with me. It's going to get interesting real fast. And I want y'all to realize we dealing with the house of the Romanovs. Press 1. This is the family that has stolen the heritage from King George right here. The house of Romanov. This is the family that's on the Kingsman, that's doing all the killing and dancing around. That's them right here. The house of Romanov. You see the word Roman? These are the folks of Peter, right? Motherfucking here. You see that shield that's right there? That German shield, that Germany logo on that shield, and the sword right there, the dragon right there. This is them right here. All right, now look. I told y'all, not Nazis, Romanovs. See? You gotta open your mind. You can't just type. You really gotta study. That's why I just said, you know what? I'll do it. Niggas is really just late and taking too long to even speak. So I don't got time to kind of like wait on niggas to get it when my phone line just open. I'ma keep moving. You get stuck in the bungalows, that's on you. Press 1. You already there. You already in the bungalows because you couldn't keep up, like Rick Ross say. You couldn't keep up. You gotta keep up, family. Look, the house of the Romanov. This is who you're researching. This is the Tsars of Russia, Ivan the Terrible. Press 1. Now, this is not what I was looking for, Ivan, but I just want to let you know. This is where you get your list. Russian Empire. Okay, this is Ukraine, right? Okay, then. Tsar of Russia, Tsardom of Russia, Congress Kingdom of Poland. Press 1. I told you. Grand Duchess, Duchy of Lithuania, Grand Duchy of Finland, another Ukrainian flag, Grand Duchy of Oldenburg, Duchy of whatever. Look at this. Order of Malta, Saint John of Jerusalem, commonly known as the Nice Hospitaller, was medieval, early modern Catholic military order, whatever. But this is Alexander the Great. This is who you looking for. Prince such and such Romanov. Elizabeth, look, final ruler, Elizabeth the First, right? Elizabeth the Tsar of Russia. You only in Elizabeth the Second. That's only, you ain't with nowhere. It's still, so look, this is let's see what they do. The House of Boyars, the highest rank in Russian nobility, is the Grand Duchy of Moscow, and later of the Tsardom of Russia under the reigning Rurik dynasty, which became extinct upon the death of Tsar Fedor in 1598, right? The time of troubles caused by the resulting succession crisis saw several predators and imposters fight for the crown during the Polish Muscovite War of 16 to 1618, blah, 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 blah. All right, establishing elected Michael Romanov, right, who looks like a Khan, and Tsar of Russia, establishing the Romanovs as Russia's second reigning dynasty. Michael's grandson, Peter the First, known as Peter the Great, press one, known as Peter the Great.
Shame.
Who are you, bro? Weapon 94? You, sorry, sir. You gotta go. I don't do that here, champion. You gotta go. Yeah, I ain't with that. Yeah, you gotta go, champ. So this is all Peter the Great. This is Peter here. This is the church. This is the Romanov Church. Right here. This is what you dealing with. The dragon, the beast, and all of that shit. That old serpent. Right here. Peter. Once again. So I just want to tell y'all this little thing is all right now. Okay? 1917, Russian provisional government, Federal Republic, whatever. Russian Republic, whatever. But that's what you're dealing with. So they're not just German and Nazi or none of that. They're communists. They are children of Russians and Slavic people from over there across the water. So when Jesus told Peter to get behind me, Satan, he's talking to the Romanovs. Press 1. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Press 1. He's talking to the Romanov. You got to understand that. Oh, we kicking y'all ass today. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me show y'all the picture of Ivan the Teddy Bear real quick, so you will know. This guy play no games, murderous. You hear me? There's some deep shit, you know. So Ivan the Terrible is a wicked man, Satan on earth. Press 1. That's Satan. The Church of Peter is Satan. The Church of Ivan the Terrible. Press 1. Period I, period period I, period period I, period Press 1. Period I, period period I, period I'm trying to tell you, we got their ass. Family, y'all gotta know. Y'all better go back and watch that movie, The Kingsman, like I've been telling y'all, instead of sitting up in my chat room playing around and just pressing 1. Watching Kev get all the fame and fortune for figuring it out. Fine, sit there. Fine. I'll keep breaking it down. Now, who is this guy? Well, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Another one. So just so you know who these people are. This ain't old, and they got y'all in time immemorial while they do their crimes now. That's one. So you thinking way back then, you will never see them. Ever. But you got to come to KevRow. You got to put on your Kev Gills glasses to be able to see this. You got to see it with my eyes. Press 1. You got to be able to see it. Okay, so we dealing with straight communists out here. Okay, Russians. Okay, let me show you again. Let me just show you these type of churches that they dealt with. You ever see your favorite rapper with these type of chains? Then that's what power and order they are under. Press 1, the Pharisees. Press 1, hit the like button and subscribe. The smartest professor on earth, and y'all gonna be the smartest students ever to graze the internet. Press 1. They all worshipers of the Russian. Press 1. Birthright stealers. Press 1. The Pharisee. Okay. Interesting. All of the Romanovs is one family. Okay. Ain't no different. I'm gonna show you a picture of the Romanov Saint. What? They trying to cut me. They trying to cut me, but look. Look, all right, I'm going to show you all these people so y'all keep these faces. Okay, don't think because y'all see closed eyes and slanted eyes and nothing. It's all one. Under one accord, family. Did this person look familiar to you right here in the middle? Press 1. Do that person look familiar to you with that white, with that white, whatchamacallit? Huh? Did that look familiar to you? With that white thing? Here go more family czars. Press 1. That look familiar? Well, you probably know her. She look just like Martha Sanger, don't it? Don't it? Look just like her crazy ass, don't it? Here, let's take a picture of a side-by-side photo. Press 1. I say let's take a picture of a side-by-side photo. That look just like her, don't it? Told you. This just happened. God, watch this. Y'all gotta wake up to who destroyed you and who brought you down and why this is happening on earth today. That look just like them, don't it? Bunch of czars and German Russians playing games. Meanwhile, our people hanged, murdered, sent to gulags all over the earth, Planned Parenthood. See, if she's a czar, oh shit. If she's a part of that, then now you see the Holocaust in which I was talking about. Press 1. Where is one crazy woman at? Now you see. Let me see. Huh? Well, ain't that a bitch? Press 1. Ain't that a bitch? Press 1. Ain't that something? Press 1. Ain't that something? See, I told you. All things. All things. All things. All things, family. Yeah. Yep. Press 1. I told you I'm gonna prove to you the American Holocaust, the downfall of your king, how they put his people through the Holocaust, erased your memories, intimidated themselves in your life, in your culture, and called you a slave from Africa and stole the dynasty. Press 1 and stole the dynasty. I'm telling you right now, I got their ass. I'm trying to tell you right now. I'm not waiting on none of you other black men to wake up. I'm sorry if your brain is dead. Press 1. I've been here for the longest. I'm not waiting on nothing. I'm here for a few hours a day out my blessed time to provide information and truth to the internet. If you can't respect that, if you can't support that, that's on you. I ain't tripping. I don't got to do no backflips for nothing. I got peace within myself. I don't discover the world looking for me. Press 1, looking for me. And look at all this stuff I don't discover. So if niggas' brains don't work, that mean they ain't looking for nothing. That's all that mean. Right, ladies? If niggas' brain ain't working, that mean they complacent in their life. They happy. That's not for me to throw my blessings at them of knowledge and wisdom. Press 1. And get upset because you ain't paying no damn attention. That's on you. I like this. Press 1. Let's go. Now, all this is real. Coop, don't text message me. Stop messaging me. It's over. I don't want no messages. If you can't call in and respect my channel, do not message me in my DM about nothing. I got complete peace. I want nothing. I don't need you to get on, watch my show to message me while I'm live about what the fuck I'm talking about. Get off my shit. Press 1. No, I don't need you. I'm trying here. Leave me alone. Let me breathe again. Press 1. I don't want no stress. I'm there. I tried to give you Discord. I tried to give you a place to kick it and shit. Niggas take advantage of time and think I'm here for their amusement and on their personal time. I'm not. Press 1. So don't message me unless it's about business or something tangible that I can benefit from. Don't message me about nothing else. I'm on my show live and direct. 424-209-9506. You can't respect that, then nigga, you not a respectful individual of my time. And I'ma just cuss you out. Press 1. When I get off of here, I like peace so I can deliver more message to the people who support my broadcast. That's it. To all you other dudes, y'all enjoy. You want to participate, my phone line is open. Other than that, nigga, bye. Bye. Press 1. Bye. I got things to do. So we talking about the house of the Romanovs. Press 1. That's what we talking about. You see my thumbnail? The man in the high castle. Okay, I don't need niggas playing around. I put that thumbnail out there for a reason because I found him. But it's not about just finding him. It's about how. What was the reason? Who, what, where, when, why, and sometimes how. You know, that's the importance of this situation. So you looking at all of the Knights of Malta, all of that Catholicism stuff derives from this right here. These are where these people come from that enables them to do what they do. Facts. And this is all about the church. For sure. It's all about the church. You do your research on Peter, and while I say he was the betrayer, you feel me? Why I keep telling y'all Peter was the Judas that y'all talk about. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air, what up?
Morning, Gills. This is Cleveland. I have some information about the Vatican.
About what?
The Vatican. Vatican.
I don't really. What about? I mean, I'm talking about I'm talking about the house of the Romanov.
All right.
All right.
You want the information? You want the information about the Vatican?
What about it? What about the Vatican, sir?
They just discovered that 2,000 bodies have been discovered.
Sir, go sit down, Lex Will. Go sit your retarded ass down. You ain't got nothing to do. You ain't got nothing to do. I'm talking about the real. See, I'm beyond the Vatican. Press 1. Not the real deal Holyfield. You want me to listen to a crystal meth head and his white wife playing around in the basement somewhere? Press 1. I'm not doing that today. My brain is on another level. Y'all enjoy y'all lives. Press 1. So we talking about how how they were able to switch the identities of the royals and the children of the royals, which is who y'all call the Afro-Americans, who were reclassified as black people. Press 1. The crown isn't for India. It's no place called Africa. It's not Duchess. It's not India's. It's not the Hindus. It's not the tribesmen of nowhere. There's no such thing as a woman king, and all of this frivolous nonsense that y'all communities is all blasphemous anyway. I don't even know how y'all say y'all believe in God. Come on, some woman king. That ain't what the word say. But that ain't what law say. That ain't what the word say. That ain't what the names on the dolls roll say. That ain't where our people fell from. There was no queen. Y'all just talking shit. Press 1. That's why I like to be alone. No such thing in no damn. We just had a woman king. Her ass croaked over and died. And I try to not celebrate for 3 days, because they say if you cut the head off a snake, press 1, the head is still venomous. And you got to watch out for that. Press 1, the whole Undertaker experience of these motherfuckers. You never know. Reptiles can come back alive. Press 1. Y'all done lost y'all brain. That's why I don't listen to family. I don't listen to no former Democrat who ain't went through the reprocessing of their brain. I'm just tired. If you trying in your head to think, that's on you. That's on you. So listen. So Margaret Sanger is what? A Romanov, a Russian. These are all Russian agents. Planned Parenthood. How you think they were able to kill 20 million people? Where they at? How you think all of these exterminations was going on? They blamed it on Hitler that nobody found. They blamed it on Hitler and nobody found. You feel me? So, I went back and I started looking at King George. Press 1, who gave the daughter Elizabeth the kingdom. Can you believe that? And created the woman king. Remember that? That's their history. King George V gave his daughter the kingdom, which is amazing, because that is not even legally true. That ain't even possible. That ain't even possible. Why? Because it would naturally pass to a son. It would naturally pass to a son, not a daughter. A kingdom doesn't pass down to a queendom. That's impossible. There is God, His law, man who governs it, woman, and them children. There is no God, woman, take care of the man and the kid. That's not happening. And all these Planned Parenthood, Holocaust survivor, traitors to God, they always thinking upside down and backwards, and I don't care what they say. There ain't no such thing as no damn woman king. That's why we fucked up to this day. All black men is under the woman. Well, you know why black women make up most of the eviction rates in America? Because niggas don't own shit. Press 1, hit that like button and subscribe.
Shame. Shame.
It would be both of y'all, but you ain't even there, nigga. Press 1. You ain't even there. Press 1. Hit that like button. Keep talking. Keep talking. So let the world be amused at how the world fall. I ain't tripping. I'm trying to tell you the Russian Empire posed as Nazis and overthrew the government. That Nazi thing is just theater of war. That's it. Walt Disney theatrics. The real motherfuckers is that Cold War shit. You got me? The Russian and Stalin and that whole, the czars, that's the people who are portraying themselves as who? King George and Elizabeth. But I've got some news for their ass today, because Elizabeth II just died. And everybody know they stole those names, even white people. They're not the real ones. They stole that. But From what and from who? That's because they don't want to recognize that George Washington and King George is the same person. Well, that will be like, what the fuck? What does that have to do with? Well, his now see. So that means George Washington and Queen Elizabeth were Negroes? Press 1, I mean King George. You telling me that they are black royals? Press 1, do you get what I'm saying? It creates that whole thing. They're black royals? What the fuck? Oh my goodness. So, I've come to the conclusion that they cut the heads off the Negroes by taking their last names and creating 1,000 years in history of false Romanoff history. False. A straight decapitation of the king, God, law, man, woman, and the whole kingdom and queendom destroyed. So that's my point. That's what I prove. And while I've been proving this, I ran across some interesting things on the internet, you know. But one of the things I'm finna get to is, of course, what my title is, The Man in the High Castle. I just showed you Queen Elizabeth, or whoever that lady is, the queen. Press 1. Now the kingdom comes from these two Romanoffs. I just proved again. These two. This is supposedly King George, press 1, and the Queen of England. Now this is the, I don't know if this is King George the fifth or I don't give a damn which one it was. The kingdom you see on his head, it came from that man head and placed on the little girl. How? He had a son. Now this is the Romanoff storyline. God had a son. Press 1. And his son name was George as well. Press 1. This guy here. Press 1. These two have a baby, which is going to be Queen Elizabeth. Press 1. Can I teach today, family? Can I teach today? I say the Democrats don't birth the smartest nigga in the world. Could you believe that? They went on, and guess what happened to him? Guess what happened to him? Him died. Press 1. I say him died and passed his kingdom to this woman. I say King George, with all the American admiralty on his chest, dies. Press 1. You see that there? And leave this in England. Press 1. Now, King George really is an American dark colored man, but I guess when you're putting together storylines and you need to figure out a way to make this woman queen of the earth, and he dies. And now that I've seen the Man in the High Castle, no, none of these people truly fucking dies. So you know me, I go looking for this asshole because he look familiar. Press 1. Who will give this broad all of the kingdom that they just stole? And I was looking at this fool. Press 1. And I said, that's her daddy. So the daddy gave all of the kingdom to her. No son whatsoever. Press 1. So we got King George and Elizabeth. Press 1. Now we know King George and the real King George and Elizabeth founded the Virginia Company, the royal colonies in America. John Washington. Let's get this straight. Let's get John Washington, then the Georges came, like George Washington. But the great grandfather of George is John. That's John. So you got to understand this. You know, I'm just giving y'all people this. You know me, I lavish. I go looking for this asshole because I know he's somewhere down the line, and he got to be a powerful son of a gun to give her something. And I know they playing multiple roles. I don't get caught up in timelines. They say the queen been dead for a few years. I'm trying to tell you, don't get caught up in ages and what they look like, because to me they are actors. I don't seen the shit. They all acting anyway. When they said he died at the age of whatever age he died, 50, 57, he gives her the crown. So I'll go on a complete search on who would have enough power in the world to give her all in the Lords of London and transfer all of the people assets, press 1, to London. All of the gold, all of the whatchamacallit, everything that can. This guy got to be somehow tied into whatchamacallit. So I'm going fucking all over the place because I know King George and whatever. But now I'm looking for this guy. And he's the King George that gives the crown to her. So that's what's important. That's the whole thing, and we're getting closer. And Kev, are you making things up? I might be, Pat. I might be, but it's okay. It's okay to think. It's okay to let the mind go. And there's nothing wrong with that. Most people on the internet make up things every day about rappers and all of these things. So if I'm making it up, let me just express my thoughts. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Press 1. So Pat Marks, are you here to listen to a nigga make shit up? That's on you. Not me, sir. I'm talking about the man in the high castle. I'm proving that is a much deeper than Roman or the basic history that they gave us. So that's a plus. And don't try to be my friend though. Don't try to be my friend. Press 1. You can get up out of here. Press 1. Ain't no good point, nothing. Get up out of here. I know it's a good point. Now you go bye-bye. Press 1. Bye-bye. I know it's a good point. Don't try to be my friend. I don't do friends like that. I let people express themselves, G. So this is King George. We got to relate this history with a real King George that's right here in America at the same time, with a real royal colony in the Carolinas, all on the East Coast, North and South, Dixie line and all. So the real King George owned that in America. Where this other historical stuff came from, well, that deals in propaganda. Just like if you go watch The Man in the High Castle, there has to be a controller of propaganda. And when you found out who the controller of propaganda was, it was an old ass man that was around transitioning and creating these historical timelines and investing in the machine itself. Press 1 with glasses on, all that. So I'm looking at him and I say, who the hell will have enough sense to steal and transfer all the funds into whatchamacallit? Not that I'm right, but that I am close. You because this motherfucker started looking real familiar to me. Press 1. No, I didn't see him as no old man. Press 1. I didn't see him I seen him. I'm looking at his character, his flamboyant, how you doing, easy to talk to type of guy. You feel me? Son of a king, who he is. Obviously a friend of Margaret Tanger because they all know each other. Press 1. I'm trying to look at him. So who is that? That's Winston Churchill. Huh? Another Vladimir Putin lookalike. Press 1. So it's not far-fetched for me to say this guy looks fucking familiar to me. Press 1. It's not far-fetched for me to say this guy looks familiar to me. I mean, I like business, man. Press 1. I really do. He looks like a business savvy motherfucker. He just died. Unexpectedly. Now that I know how this propaganda shit work, you don't just die. You change clothes. You change outfits. Go along with the Roman program. Excuse me, Roman off. Press 1, I'm really looking. And I had to ask myself, could it be, press 1, could it be, with these squiggly eyes, the nigga in the high castle I've been looking for the whole damn time? And I had to say, can it? Is it? Why? How could it not? What if it's not? I have can I be wrong? It's not about being wrong. It's about asking the right questions about what it takes to be the man in the high castle. The house of cards, the king. Is the king really the queen of England, or is just asset holding and making sure the stock market is ran appropriately over in the Americas while they handle that business on that side? Press 1. So I started looking at Warren Buffett's life. And is he playing King George, or a descendant, or is he the king unknowingly? And which is questions, since the queen is dead and everybody's searching, it's a great question. Have they been played by not Nazis, but communists? I would say yes. I would say, of course. Fuck yes. I would say, of course, that's highly probable that Margaret Sanger is Russian. All of these people are Russian agent. And we're kind of like, we're overthrown by the czars and they stole our kingdom and gave you cowboys, Indians, and a whole historical background that makes no sense once you start thinking about history. Even the Nazi thing didn't make no sense. Even the Nazi thing, it didn't make sense because you guys were friends with the Nazis and then you were enemies of the Nazis and then you were friends with the USSR to take down, and it was just like, okay, let's put some deep thought into it. Margaret Sanger is a Romanov. All this research in Marxism. So when I was talking about the extermination process of black babies had to go, that's from a Holocaust mindset of czars. Press 1. All people who fled countries of communism should know this. But that's what we're dealing with here. So, who names? Who are the royals? Who did they steal? Who names did they steal over here in the Americas? Are more than likely the royals that were here in the Americas, in which everything has went to shit since the overthrow of that, and pledging to a democracy is pledging to communistic, socialistic, Nazi, Tsarism, Russia-controlled democracy type of working to build up a false infrastructure going to an offshore bank account. The difference between Adolf Hitler prison camps and the czars prison gulags are nothing. It's all the same. It's all the same history broken down and stolen legacy. So who is King George? This is leading me back into the royal conversation about King George. It has to be important because he gave the crown to the false queen. So wouldn't they say King George happened in the 1500, 1400, when in fact King George and George Washington all happened early America, and more than likely sooner than later. That's why they say own nothing and control everything. Yes, because they own nothing and control everything. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I went back. Okay, okay, these are all mind fucks, right? I went back and I'm, taking all that in with Planned Parenthood, the czars. Do your own research on this. I'm working on this. You want to be a part of that project, contact me, let me know, and we'll make it happen and see if you got the right proper mindset for it. I'm really done with just kind of like playing around on YouTube, because this information is very serious to me. Because a lot of people who follow my channel know exactly why. But I found this guy, right? And this was posted. When was this posted? When was this video posted? I'm not sure. It has over 3 million views. The question this guy asks is, who would be king of America if George Washington had been made a monarch? And I thought that was interesting. Press 1. I thought, well, here's a white dude asking. Press 1. What? He's asking questions I ask all the time. What would it be like? Press 1. Who would be king? Right? And I'm going to show you this. This is why I'm kind of like done with like talking, because I've stumbled across some incredible information in the last 24 to 48 hours. I really don't got time to play around with folk. If you want to call in and become part of the program, feel free. I'll wait. Okay, it's glitching up. Let me see. I'm good. Thank you. Just my people let me know. All the rest of these people can get blocked. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. All the rest of y'all gotta go. Y'all don't interact when I'm doing great, and you don't really have nothing to say when I'm focused. So don't say nothing. Let it work itself out. Don't go into no hysteria, cause nigga, y'all ain't doing it. Cause y'all ain't doing it. So when I need your help, you're not there. When you can't help, y'all distracted with external. They want this. No, it's just the way the internet is sometimes. Sit back, relax. You call in and create more out of it, what you're learning, and help out. Press 1. I don't like the distraction. I care about what I'm talking about. My shit real. Waterworld, you can go. Y'all be saying little shit, you know better. You not a supporter like that of the row, you can go. Facts. I can care less, bro. I'm in my mode, nigga. I get more reaction out of you niggas when shit go bad and you can't do nothing. But when it's time to put your voice into the program, you niggas is ducking and hiding, weaving and shit. No, don't just have fun when things is going bad. Get that shit up out of here, KevRow. No, that's like laughing at me in my face. That's how I feel. Oh, y'all just gonna start laughing. You see? That's how I take it. Cause I'm in my feelings. Press 1. King Tut, get your ass up out of here too. I don't know you. Too many emojis. You's a non-factor here. You're not a supporter. I don't know you like that. You are out of here. Press 1 just like that. Just like that. So we gonna listen to this dude break this down and expose what I've been saying this whole time. Who would be king of America if the monarchs had been here? I'm here to prove things, not play around. I'm just here to prove. Press 1. All this other stuff, and people wake up to have fun. I don't. People wake up to take me for granted. I don't take me for granted. I love what I do. So I ain't playing with nothing, with nobody. See you at the finish line. You heard? Press 1. I'll be up all night, 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Wake up early to present this information for a nigga to be somewhere else playing around, not nowhere around thinking I'm doing it for them to have fun. No, I'm sorry for your luck. I don't do this shit for nothing. Niggas don't get far in life because they was playing around. Emojis, lifestyle, hell no. Laughing at the things that go wrong, playing instead of becoming. I don't get ahead like that. I never won that way. Press 1. I won being patient, watching it work his own self out. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Nor do I live in fear. So y'all enjoy those little, whatever it is that make y'all play around. Whatever that is. But look, check this out. Check this out. Y'all see this? My man got John Washington. Now I want y'all to see this. Lawrence Washington. Going to Augustine, right? Going to Mary, right? Go to George, right? All this is like retarded. But it really go from John to George to George Jr. to and George Washington wife will be Betty Washington, Samuel Washington, John A. Washington. Press 1. Now listen, this is what he came up with. Listen to him a little bit.
Name of Colonel Louis Nicola did write a letter of being America today if George Washington had been made a monarch. The first thing you need to know is that there is no easy answer to this question. George Washington did not have any biological children.
Now that's crazy. Now that's crazy, huh? George Washington didn't have no biological children. Now that's crazy. So what did he do? Adopt? We'll get back to that.
So even if there had been a King George I of America, it's not immediately clear who his successor might have been. That's why I've come up with not 1, but 3 different scenarios.
See, he got scenarios. I got the truth. He trying to play pick one, move the cups around. Watch this one.
Based on 3 different relatives that he might have chosen. And the second thing you need to know is that this video is not meant to be taken seriously. Like all of my Who Would Be King videos, I'm doing this just for fun and perhaps to teach a bit of history along the way. Now, it is true that in 1782, a U.S. Army officer by the name of Colonel Louis Nicola did write a letter suggesting to George Washington that he accept the title of king. But Washington strongly rejected the idea. And since then, the idea of an American monarchy has...
So Nikolai offered George the kingdom, and he said, nah, I'm cool. But yo, King George in Virginia, you know he was a king. So let's get out of Nikolai. That's again giving Russians the power to bless King George when that wasn't so. But let's keep it going.
Never been seriously suggested.
Listen.
But let's have some fun anyway. I've labeled the 3 lines that we're going to trace: the Senior line, the Custis Lee line, and the Mount Vernon line. And we're going to look at each one in turn.
Facts. Now, this is what I want you to focus on. The George Washington side. All that other shit is made up baloney for fun. Press 1. Pay attention. Keep those names right there. Where's said at? Where's said at? Say it. Look at these names. Said George Washington, Betty Washington, Samuel Washington, John A. Washington, right? And such and such. Now we know Colonel Washington and all of that, right? We know this. We know this. So we gotta let him tell it. You know, it's unbelievable.
Ancestors. The first member of the Washington family to live in what is now the United States was John Washington. He was born in England and first arrived in the colony of Virginia in 1657. There, he ran a...
Was it a royal colony? Yes, it was. No, chartered, then royal.
Tobacco plantation, was a colonel in the local militia, and was elected to serve in the colonial government.
So had a son who was a colonel in the militia. Go ahead.
As a plantation owner in early America,
Planters.
he obviously was also a slave owner, as was
Not a slave owner. Owner who had employees coming from Europe. White people. Go ahead.
Washington a few generations later. John's estate was inherited by his eldest son, Lawrence, who was George Washington's grandfather. Lawrence married Mildred Warner,
Don't y'all know St. Lawrence? Y'all don't know Lawrence? But we'll get back to that.
who happened to be a 12th generation descendant of King Edward III of England. This means that George Washington, like most U.S. presidents, had a little bit of royal blood in him.
That's crazy for him to say a little bit, right?
Lawrence died when his middle son, Augustine, was just 4 years old. So Augustine, who was George Washington's father, was actually raised by some other relatives until he turned 18, after which he inherited some of the land previously owned by Lawrence and John. Augustine married twice. With his first wife, Jane Butler, he had 2 sons, as well as a few children.
Let's go.
Who died young. So these 2 individuals here were half-brothers to George Washington. After his first wife died, Augustine married Mary Ball, George Washington's mother. Together, they had 4 sons, of which George was the oldest, and a daughter named Betty. Augustine died when George was only 11. At that point, his older half-brother Lawrence inherited the father's estate. Lawrence served in a war against Spain known as the War of Jenkins' Ear and ended up naming part of his land after his commanding officer, Edward Vernon. So from this point forward, the main Washington property was known as Mount Vernon.
Yeah, because Lawrence and them.
Lawrence had 4 children, but all 4 died very young.
Crazy.
So when he himself died, the land was split between the next 2 eldest brothers, Augustine Jr. and George. August Jr. was supposed to get the main property, Mount Vernon, but he opted to take a different piece of land instead, and this is why George Washington, the third son,
So it just happens that this is why George ended up with this stuff. Go.
ended up with the main estate. There is obviously a lot
His estate is how everybody became, but let's go.
that I could say about George Washington, being that he is one of the most famous people in U.S. history. But let me just hit the highlights. George served during the French and Indian War, in which the British defeated New France. He then ran his plantation, becoming very rich and becoming involved in politics. As tensions grew between Britain and the 13 colonies, he sided with the revolutionaries and was eventually chosen to serve as the commander-in-chief of the Continental Army during the American Revolution.
So that's Colonel George Washington. Okay?
Shame.
That's who you're looking for.
Shame.
Right there.
Shame.
Colonel George Washington.
Of course, the Americans won that war, and George Washington ended up serving as USA's first president.
So the revolutionaries won the war. That don't make sense. So he sided with the what? He sided with the revolutionaries, and they switched it to the Americans won the war, and he ended up becoming their first president. A royal. Like he's nothing. Just, yeah. He sided with the revolution. Then the Americans won the war, and he ended up becoming corporate banking first U.S. Come on.
Now, here's where we're going to depart from actual history and enter alternative history.
Okay.
Let's imagine that instead of becoming president, he was made king and reigned until his death in 1799. What would have happened next? Of the 3 possibilities that I'm going to suggest,
Forget that. I just want you to pay attention to the lineage. Samuel, George, John A., Mary, Betty Washington. Press 1. That's what I want you to do. Pay attention to this lineage, because again, you know me, I always find things interesting. Now this goes back to Mr. George Washington Gillespie, the founder of Washington State. I'm going to show you how. Because they got the same name right here. It's the same person. Mr. Limestone Gillespie himself. Press 1. Now watch this. Rowan County, once again. So this is George Washington Gillespie. And you can get mad if you want to, but this is George Washington Sr. here. Right here. Okay? Son, Thomas, Naomi, husband of Mary, father of John, Nancy, Thomas, another Mary Burns, Lydia Knox, and 4 others. The brother of Lydia Bone Knox, Samuel Gillespie, Robert T. Gillespie, Mary Gillespie, Hannah Gillespie, and 5 others. Half-brother of Mary Gillespie, James Gillespie, Eleanor Gillespie, William Gillespie, and 2 others. And you're going to start to see different similarities between Colonel George Washington and Colonel George Washington Gillespie, the real one. See, this is a corporate story being told of propaganda, and there's a real one. Hit the like button. Now, this is all this right here. This is why I kept telling y'all, they stole these people identities. Now I'm gonna close this out because there's something else I want to see. But ain't that crazy? Okay, so this is Washington County, Illinois. I've been all in they shit, right? John Gillespie right here, descendants, right? Born in 1738. So we're talking about the same time before the mass immigration in the 1800s. Press what?
Not like this.
Not like this. Now we're talking way before like Ellis Island and any of this shit. We're talking business. Okay? But that's what we're talking about. No, we're talking Thomas Gillespie, children of John and Sarah. Now, wait a minute. John and Sarah, Thomas Gillespie, James Gillespie, Mary Jane, Susanna Gillespie. Look, children of Thomas and Mary, John, Jane, David, James, Mary again. James, all this is right here. So I'm not making nothing up. This is all Washington County, Virginia. This is all the places up like Charlotte, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Rowan County. Rowan County is where John B. Gillespie's from. That's I believe that's Rowan County. I'm not sure. I'm gonna check that out. If Dizzy Gillespie is from Royal County, so we're all talking about the same people. You see Mary Jane Gillespie right there, married to Samuel Bingham. Let me see. Now I found all this, the similarities between these two families, quite interesting, being that we know they got Thomas on the Titanic or one of them boats. Again, this is South Carolina, just so y'all know. In 1800s and that thereof. They weren't here in the 1800s. There's no Russian only land here in America. So make sure y'all keep that in line. Bocat said those are all biblical names and all. Yes, because the Bible is a deed to the land. I keep telling you. Press 1. Was Queen Elizabeth a Mason? No, Queen Elizabeth was amazing, like Jay-Z say. Not that she's a Mason. Press 1, you crazy. It ain't about masonry. It's not about none of it. Press 1. Masonry, those are just builders. You thinking Illuminati because you stuck in the dream world of the Disney type of thing. Masons are like just builders. People who invent and build mass structures not a club you can join. Those are Greek fraternities who've gained power over the first Freemason builder, that is, which will be George Washington, father of the whole nation. So if that's what you're speaking of, Masons, then all of y'all who go to work is a bunch of Masons walking around helping to build one nation under the USSR. Press 1, but you will have, this is a nation under God. Press 1. You tripping, fool. Your brain is stuck in fear, and that means you're not an heir to nothing. Get out of here. Press 1. Asking dumb questions in a super intelligent classroom will get you up out of here real fast. So press 1. Back to reality, asking these weird questions. We know that there's a Colonel George Washington Gillespie, and there's a George Washington from Czar, made up type of stuff. The real George Washington Gillespie is tied to the land. This is what I'm saying. Do you know that George Washington Gillespie founded Washington State on the West Coast? The original Washington that was bombarded? Press 1. Y'all tripping. You see, y'all tripping. Nigga, I'm doing me. Nigga, y'all just tripping. Y'all scared of yourself. Y'all scared to wake up out your daydream. I'm not afraid to look silly in front of none of y'all, because all I gotta do is put on fresh clothes, nice chain and watch, and I snatch that girl, anyone. So fuck you niggas. I ain't tripping about you. What I'm talking about is something greater than that. Press 1. I ain't thinking about these hating ass niggas who sitting around playing. I'm not here to play with these niggas. Press 1, and nor am I here to play with no women. At the same time, I'm here to get mine. Press 1. If you don't see what's going on, you're going to catch it at the end. Facts. Press 1. What's up, Raquel? I see you. So I didn't just wake up and put this in my brain. I'm trying to tell you, you dealing with the Knox family, bro. You dealing with, look. I'm going right here. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just excited. Look. Just so you know, we talking about the same Washington. His people is Lawrence as well. Virginia, British America. Washington family of Virginia. Press 1. So you got the real, and then you got time immemorial. You got the real, which you can identify with your eyes. If you're looking for King George, the Colonel George Washington, this is who you're looking for. The banking system took their lineage, their birthright, and what they fought for, and gave it all to foreigners. That's why your king fell. The king was also in the military. The king is the colonel. The colonel is the king. But you go to Colonel Sanders to get chicken. Press 1. So when you looking for George Washington, you're looking for George Washington Gillespie. Their lies of George Washington, who his thing is and such, is aligned perfectly with their story, which is crazy. And this is father of John Gillespie, right? Right? So let's do this. Let's do this. So if we go here and we go, well, okay, now this is Colonel George Washington Gillespie Sr., right? Now let's go. This is the father of John. Right? So look, son of Colonel George Washington. So John, look, husband of who? Elizabeth. Right here. Oh my goodness. A husband of who? Elizabeth. Let's go to John. Can y'all see? Elizabeth. Polly Bar Gillespie. Look. Polly Elizabeth Gillespie. Look, and father of James and Elizabeth Betsy Day. So John, there it is right there. There go Betsy right there. Bingo.
Shame. Shame.
They go Betsy right there.
Shame.
They go Betsy right there. I told you. They go Betsy right there. They took the crown from them. They go Betsy right there. We was just looking. Hold up. The white boy just broke down. Where'd it go? The white boy just broke down Betsy. He just broke her down. He said, wait. That's Betsy right there. We were just watching Betsy. Let me put this back up. That's insane, family. I apologize, but that's insane.
Suggest.
So we're talking Betsy Washington. That's the same Betsy. That's the same Betty. Press one. That's the same shit. And again, he just made it up. He just made it up. Mother Mary. So, I'll be studying this. And the Margaret Sanger connection to the Romanovs. and keep finding these trails of fucking silly ass history. But how did that become, look, that's what I'm saying. King George V. The Queen was given a crown by King George V. Who is George, the real George, who had the crown? There is if you want, there's no such thing of a Romanian or a Romanov with these names. Washington, anyway. Gillespie, Washington, Carter. There's no Russians with these names. There's none. So there is a monarch here. All presidents are related. No, there is no monarch here. All presidents are related through Romanovs, through Russian allegiance, through Russian citizenship, through Russian bloodline. They're not related royals. You've been listening to conspiracy. So you think presidents are related to royal dynasties, which they are not. They are related to a specific church, a satanic church of folk on that side of the world. Press one. That whole thing over there. So the Russians and these Romanovs stole their dynasty from King George. And Margaret Sanger, as you can see, is part of this whole flushing out the heirs and the people of this land. That's what I'm telling you here. All of the presidents are Russian and friends and cousins of these duchess and these people of the Romanov or Roman Catholic people over there. Croatia, Norway, Ukraine, all that. And I'm just proving it. Not only am I proving it, I'm showing you, well, I'm uncovering for you the real heirs who they possibly, more than likely, stole this from. And why everybody's at a standstill. Even God, I'm trying to tell you, the world is at a standstill because nobody knows what to do. Everybody's trying to make claim to something that there's not there. Remember Elizabeth Betty Gillespie from the Holy See and the Cayman Islands? Oh, shit, you're right. You're absolutely right. Where was that? Where was that? The Elizabeth Betty Gillespie, you're absolutely right. Say it. You're absolutely right. See? Look, right here. Oh my goodness. You're absolutely right. See, listen, bruh. Listen, we on another level. Look, he absolutely right. Look. Daughter of John Cleveland I, Elizabeth Cleveland, wife of David Gillespie Sr., mother of Winnie C. Music. Oh, that created the music fund. Oh, that created the music trust of what year? Said. Come on, said. Remember we were talking about the music trust in which Epstein and them was busted? That's not theirs. But we'll get into that. Okay, look, Benjamin Cleveland, Okay, North Carolina militia. You're absolutely right. Let's go down. Look, Vatican City State, Blue Run, Holy See. Press 1, April 19, 1828 through 85, Cayman Islands, daughter of John Cleveland. There it is right there. Betty, press 1. Told you. Told you. Told you.
Not like this. Not like this.
These are the Gillespies are your royals. The Gillespie, let me tell you something. The Gillespies are the royals. I'm gonna bet my last dollar, not because I'm a Gillespie, but because I'm bet my last dollar. John Washington Gillespie is George Washington. George Washington is George Washington Gillespie. The fake George Washington is from Russia. Is a white man looking like he from goddamn Italy who won't got no birth sons. When we just ran down the whole, you see, they cut the family off just like that, just like that. They cut the whole royal dynasty off just like that by claiming they didn't have no sons or daughters. So they're cut off, so it's open. So if it's open, it's the heirs are just lost at sea. See? The heirs are just lost, and we're controllers of the estate. It's a stolen legacy and beneficiary package. That's why you don't got nothing. Because they got it all. Because you don't know who you are. Because you don't want knowledge. You laugh at a nigga and play. When Kev's serious about this shit, I wake up with determination every day, bro, to get to what the fuck this is. I know I got an inheritance already. I'm letting you know. But it's bigger one behind that one. I don't give a damn about this niggas laughing and that other shit. Laugh later. You gonna laugh now and cry later. Press 1. So what's important is these names. Okay? From Cleveland's to all these other names that's in here. Martha Smith, Elizabeth, all these names are stolen legacies before they even over here. There's no Russian czars or nothing over here at that time. Remember the story that they gave you about King George and the Britain, and they came over here and did what? Developed the colonies. That's your starting place right there. King George. That's superior court. That's supreme law. Why? Because King George Washington said so. You get me? So your freedom lies in law. George Washington law at the supreme level. That's different. George Washington law at the supreme level. Press 1. Let me see. George Washington was a worker. Yes, he was a worker. Everybody worked. You talking about something else. You're not focused. You talking about George Washington, white man. Keep your mind focused. So you lost that sea. That's where you lost. Lost that sea in peril, in fear, 24/7. Can't really get it. Because you don't know what really happened. A lot of us believe we were slept. You were overthrown and overran and reclassified. You were comfortable. Big time. And all of this is before any Russians and anything came over here. Is Washington County, is Rowan County. It's all of this happened to do with royal lands. Or holy lands, per se. But your whole troubles came with the house of the Romanov. You know, Peter. Press 1. Peter. Peter. So you can't even serve two masters. You got to come out of this whole mindset. You can't even do it. George Washington, Queen Elizabeth, and all of them were and are still, and their children are still the royals. I told you, Russians and Germans ideologically subverted, okay? And I don't know if it had something to do with the world fairs or how they began invading this free sovereign nation. Press 1. That's just crazy that what's the name just brought up Elizabeth Betty. You feel me? Because that's like boom. How could you not? What you gonna say? I made this up. 424-209-9506. If you want to talk on the czars, if you want to talk on the Queen, if you want to talk on King George, possibly being Warren Buffett, press 1. Who y'all call Royal Warren Buffett, the King of America? Press 1. He old enough. Oh yeah, he old enough. Press 1 to trust bus. Press 1 to make sure the stock market is still afloat until it's run its course. Press 1. Let me show you something else though. Remember I told y'all this broad was the snake. Y'all bit the snake. Our Lady of Birth Control, Margaret Sanger. Press 1. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, I kept telling y'all who these people were, but y'all don't want to listen. These are the people of the snake. Romanovs and things of that. And this is a serpent. That's your real serpent. That's your real cobra. When Tupac made that song, Everything They Owe, he's talking to the evil cobra, the snake in the garden. Okay, he's talking to these people. But you playing around on the internet because little Bootsy and them. Press 1. I'm trying to tell you why you ain't got shit and how it ended up in the hands of a so-called America. Press 1. France, Sweden, and Japan and Belgium. Press 1. I see every colors on them flag. I see that Belgium flag. I see Italy. I see Sweden. I see the American new flag and Japan all together hanging out right here, right here. So they can't tell me about no axis of evil when they all took part in the demise of American black royals. Press 1. This land was a land of industrial, oh my goodness, and they came here and wiped you out by way of Holocaust and Planned Parenthood, destroying your reproductive and giving you shot, and you X yourself out. Press 1 because you want to listen to Margaret Sanger, a damn Romanov. Press 1. That's who you want to listen to. Her right here next to this fool who lined himself up to be King George after they began wiping you up out of here. Press 1. How the hell is this King George too? Press 1. How the hell is this King George also? Press 1. See? Liar. Press another liar. Press 1. A liar. See? A liar. Told you. Nah, bro. I'm the real deal. My knowledge is supreme because I go to the supreme law to get us free. That's why. Nobody else. Why you about to go to an all-black museum at Tariq Nasheed, small little McBuilding? Press 1. His little small McBuilding. Press 1. Kev Gills will be on the internet destroying their truth of black nothing. You ain't no black. That's Slavic. You're not a slave. You are royal. That's who you are. You are children of royal. You are holy people of the law. You hold this world accountable and you charge them in a supreme way right there at the Supreme Court and you put them down. That's what you do. Don't tread on my right and my sovereignty. Press 1. That's what black males are supposed to be doing. And waking up every day giving a fuck about no damn rapper. Or no, you supposed to be searching for your redemption and your freedom, huh? Invoking God, playing around. You supposed to be invoking God instead of looking around in some metaverse of somebody coming around on no cloud. Press 1. You supposed to be invoking, but you scared. You scared of your own freedom. That's sad. That Kev Gills gotta wake up to that. Well, it ain't sad because I like doing that. Maybe this was for me to do. Press 1. Maybe I'm supposed to prove who I am. Press 1. Maybe I'm just supposed to prove it. Hit that like button. By proving it, I'm showing you I'm not just talking. My name is a part of the founding fathers on this land. That's what I'm telling you. Okay? And that takes some time, but look where we at. Okay? So these are the same people. Okay? This king down here these are all Romanovs who stole the kingdom. Who put this on who head? The Queen of England. Margaret Sanger, she may have been your Queen of England the whole time. She exterminated more than anybody on this earth. Press 1. That may have been the beast right there, dying right there. A daughter of Satan himself. Press 1. A daughter of Satan himself. How were all the black people at? They got exterminated. Planned Parenthood and the Black Holocaust by the USS, or by those people in the federal government approving this dumb shit. Yeah, it was a whole Holocaust in Americas. A whole Holocaust. While you giving all of your Holocaust, you the one that lost everything on earth. And you still got sympathy for somebody coming across some border helping destroy your name. They been flying people in. This is immigration ain't new. They been flying people in, getting them approved that they fight for the U.S. military. Now they a citizen. Now they own a house. Now they bigger than you. In your own land. But you don't know what to fight for. You think you a king. No, there is one king and there is one queen. You think you a queen. You think you God. No, there is a sovereign God in which that king and queen lives under. Press 1. You taking your ass to work to build things, Mason. Press 1. Press 1, that's where you going. Yep, that's where you going. Build things and make life happen and express law and know what it feel like to be in business and creating things and taking it from the mind and making it a profitable, withstanding business under God. But you a hoe. You a trick. You a trick for the Japanese. You a trick for the Romanovs. Press 1. You got your favorite rapper. Your favorite rapper worships the beast. Press 1. But me, see, he's supposed to be over here with Kev Gills, Mr. Gillespie, helping me learn what's new. But no, they want the old Nazi Russian USSR regime over you. So you get this. This is your king. This is your man in the high castle right here, who y'all serve every day to make sure that he's a slave trader. It's illegal. Charge him with a crime. Press 1. They slave trading on the stock market. Press 1. And put to death. Donald Trump made that a what? So what I'm telling you is, family, is deeper than I'm a YouTuber. I don't do this because I'm a YouTuber. I'm trying to prove all things. Like, you feel me? You feel me? I'm trying to show you why John 16 says exactly what it say. Can't nobody else do this. Can't nobody else make this much sense in 41 minutes and 21 seconds. Press 1. 41 minutes and 21 seconds. Nobody. That's too much knowledge at one time. Press 1. Huh? So, but you like I Love Lucy. Lucy is the GOAT. Press 1. Lucy is Margaret Sanger. Press 1. Lucy is okay then. Press 1. You don't get my shit. My shit is unconventional. Press 1. I'm trying to tell you. Margaret Sanger, all of the Romanovs, Lady Liberty. What's this? Look at this. What every girl should know. Margaret H. Sanger. Look at this. Knowledge of Life series. She gave y'all ate from the wrong flame. Y'all don't ate from the wrong shit. Press 1. See? And they convinced us to do what? Kill ourselves. Genocide. Press 1. You start shortening up your life, your children's names to make it fit the roster. Press 1. To make it fit the doll's roll. Press 1. So it look like they always got names and we got names, but we dead in law because we black. No, we not black. Y'all descendants of King George. Y'all are children of George. Children of royals. Press 1. You are freemen. You walk around with pride. Press 1. You defend this homeland nigga, because you know your kids and your kids' kids is taken care of because this is the correct order and structure of your family. You'll never get there thinking about no damn woman king and no Afrocentric Africa. You'll never get there in the Greek fraternity. You'll never get there in another religion. Religion ain't gonna get you there neither. I just want you to know St. Peter, I just told you where St. Peter came from. The Romanovs, press 1. That's why Jesus said, what y'all doing over here? Oh, no. They're sacrificing to Baal, got caught in sin, press 1. Busted. Only a Romanov get caught sacrificing. Those are your Pharisees, press 1. Those are the mushroom head Pharisees, press 1. Oh, we got them. That's them your Pharisees right there. Yeah, buddy. They worship the cobra. Just like Tupac said, you see that snake right there? You see that staff with the cross? And it says Peter worshippers. You see the Hindu and all this other. It's all, come on now. God is going to destroying it all. Press 1. When he said brazen serpent, it didn't mean a real snake like that. Press 1. It didn't mean a brass serpent like that. But he was talking about a natural copper tone brass made in a furnace ass nigga. That's what God was talking about. He ain't talking about no weak ass, stupid ass, weak ass piece of metal serpent. He talking about the same serpent Tupac was talking about. Press 1. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I think we got their ass. I bet all the Romanovs is looking at me like this right now. All the Vlad, Empire, No Jumper are all a part of the fall of your black people. What's his name? No Jumper, him. So I want AD and King. When y'all walking around y'all communities with y'all Nikes on with nothing, just know why Vlad got a Tesla in this nation calling itself a citizen. You just know that who you work for is the damn devil. That's what. Press 1 while you sitting up there, Seti Nash, and want to be on the devil's program, and you can't do it yourself because you're weak. Press 1 because you're weak. Press 1. You weak. You got to work with the Russian. Press 1. You can't do it on your own. Hell, they don't even like niggas who can't do it on their own. Press 1. They tell you, sit right here. I got something to do. I'm going to mess with some girls or something. Or you sitting up there interviewing. Press 1. You work for the Romanovs. You work for Vlad and them. Press 1. Not me. Not me. I don't give a damn. They kick me off 10, 20 times. I will not submit. Y'all work for the Marxists. Press 1. That's what y'all work for. Romanov Marxists. Communism at its finest. Press 1. Boy, they let their beards grow. They be right all the way down their face. Press 1. Esau in the flesh. Here go the Red Sea right here. Here go the Eastern Star. I know the sisters thought I was talking about their Eastern Star. No, I'm not even talking about y'all. Y'all so silly. I was talking about them right here. Karl Marx, the little peanut head nigga right next to Theodore Roosevelt looking ass. Press 1. All of them pretended to be cowboys. Press 1 in pictures, and now look at them. Got y'all telling on yourself. Press 1 of these 3. You can't even. These are their children. What you thought it was? You see the bald head? Press 1. These are their children. Y'all is just stuck. That's why I'm pro Donald Trump. Anybody who with the advancement of my people, I'm with them. I'm pro Trump. Press 1. Get y'all asses on, Soros, and all the Ice Cubes, all the Ice Cube new program with his Russian communistic ideals. Get that shit up out of here too. Go play basketball, monkey boy. Press 1. Always want the big 3. Press 1. I don't support none of y'all. I don't support nothing. Nope. I just sit back and wait for the fall, for the crash. That's it. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. I'm a Gillespie. So it all makes sense to me that this is unveiling itself now. It all makes sense to me. You feel me? It all makes sense. My name's Gillespie. Mr. Gillespie at that. You think I was born in this lifetime to play with somebody who name not attached to this land? You got me fucked up. But if I'm attached to this land, guess what? Nigga, you attached. Facts. Facts. Press 1. Nigga, if there was one person who's attached to this land, you got to cling to him. Press 1. You can't just sit around and type on no computer. You got to clean that nigga. You not close, but he is. Press 1. This nigga the closest anybody ever been. Fuck is you talking about? This nigga found his name all the way at the top of the goddamn pyramid, fool. Of course, that's how you supposed to be. Fuck, Kev, what's next, nigga? Not goofing around, playing, worrying about motherfucking who I'm fucking, where I'm going, where I'm flying to, if I'm flying to or from. It don't matter. You supposed to be focused on the information. Cause I ain't got no time to play with you at all. I didn't just get this just fooling around. I had to dig. Press 1. I had to apply myself, my mind frame. Hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Fact. Shout out to Brian King. Shout out to the Miss. Oh, this is yesterday. Shout out to TC. This is yesterday. Shout out to y'all. Delivering messages free of charge. I don't even give a damn. Care about that. You want to support the broadcast? Go to my patreon.com/KevGillsTV. My Cash App is there. Okay, so y'all supposed to be researching the House of the Romanov, bringing back all the information and identifying and when they began this whole thing. Even if you go into the Russian revolutions, you got to know those ain't nothing but small uprisings they was having right here in America. If Russians is in America and they talking about having a revolution, that mean they overthrowing things, because in that country it's called a coup. Press 1. In that country, it would be called, what the fuck is y'all doing? Press 1. You can talk revolution all you want to. But it's called a coup d'etat. Press 1. And I think white folks even know that. They got a little Scandinavian. They don't want to go home. That's your Roman Empire. The House of the Romanov. Catholicism is Peter's church, not God's. Press 1. Catholicism is Peter's church. This is the most important thing you're going to learn today. On top of Mr. Gillespie, on top of what ifs and all that. That right, that's Peter's church. Peter was the Romanov. Peter's a Romanov. He's a Roman. He's a Romanov. The Romans is right there. Because the Bible ain't written way back then. It's written a short time ago, and it's a history book and a prophecy book and a living will and testament about what's to come and why it went like that in the past. If you can't understand that, sit back and listen. That's all. 424-209-9506. I'm taking all questions right now. All questions. Who is this in my Cash App? Mrs. Watson. Shout out to you for supporting the truth. You didn't leave nothing. I would love a question. If you do leave a Cash App, I'd love to read it. Press 1, but she didn't write nothing. Shout out to you. So we talking about the Russian Empire itself. Tsars, the Congress of Kingdom of Poland, all the Duchess of Finland, Lithuania, all it is coming from the House of the Romanov. Do you understand that though? Do you see why I talk about George Washington that way? Do you see why I talk about George Washington Gillespie? Why I talk about the Supreme Court that way? Do you see why? Because that's our redemption. George Washington, only a nigga leave that right there. You can only come to me, the law, to be free. Since y'all don't want to listen, that sounds like something a black daddy would do. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air, what up?
Hi, this is Jenny in Washington. I have a question. I'm glad to hear your teachings in your back and everything. I have a question. Were the Aborigines or American Indians here first? Isn't it their gold and their land?
Who?
The Aboriginals or American Indians of America, North, Central, and South.
No such thing of a North, West, South, or none of. There's no such thing as an American Indian. Nothing. No.
I've been listening to Aboriginal TV and the American Indians.
Ma'am, calm down. Okay? So there's no such thing as an Aboriginal American other than what you're looking at on the screen. I'm talking about the
Yes, I know you are.
Hold on, sister. I'm saying to you, we wasn't running around talking about no boo, 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 with feathers in our hair, okay? So all that is made up time immemorial Pacific Islander, Japanese, Filipino propaganda that was used with the federal government to bring foreigners here and to include them in the USS style robbery of the real so-called people of King George. Go ahead. Hold on, the freemen. So go ahead. Hold on. I'm gonna give you some time. Just takes me some time to explain. Okay, now it's your turn. Go.
I was just asking. The Aboriginals and the continents were here way before the 1700s.
Ma'am, where on any contracts with King George is this have to do with anything? You weren't here, ma'am. I'm talking about you. Native Americans, which came out of Russia, and the Khans, and came by way of Alaska, who came down. Washington founded Washington State, which is right up north where they came down. Okay, he was the first to establish them into the nation. They're nothing more than squatters and people who had to pay pay with beaver skins and things of that nature, because they weren't civilized. They didn't have a home, and they were wanderers. You got to understand, they're not landowners. They were wanderers from a different nation. So go ahead.
I'm not talking about them.
Okay, so who are you talking about?
Been here for thousands of years.
Who are you talking about?
The Aboriginals that were in, this is their land.
No. This is our land. It looked like me.
Ab TV would probably.
Miss, I don't know who that is. I'm talking about me. Okay, a lot of these people are from Jamaica and from North Africa. I'm talking about me, Gillespie. So hold your horses. Okay.
Royalty, but you came from Scotland, Ireland.
That's right. Scotland. All that is the Holy See. It ain't a particular landmass. It's all one property of the royals. So don't start thinking Finland and Europe and this one. These are all properties of the same family. Okay. So and just like the people. So we got people in Europe, Australia, Finland. All over the earth. That has nothing to do with Ellen Island immigrants with no status. Okay, so go ahead.
American Indians.
Hold on, sister. Wait a minute. Nobody can hear you. So don't try to scream over. Flow.
Hear me.
Okay.
I'm speaking for Ab TV because I listen to.
I don't know who that is, nor do I care. They're talking about being lazy and staying on the ground. I'm talking about royalty and giving these people back what was stolen from them. They have no land. They can't even prove nothing that they talking about. I got my name on it, ma'am. The first, ma'am, shall be the last, ma'am. This is prophecy. They have none. So you screaming about something means it don't have the same effect here. So if he got women that speak for him, then he not a man anyway. You get me? So go ahead.
Speak for what I know.
So,
the Aborigines were here
before. Miss, what are their names, ma'am?
What are their names?
Yes.
They're American Indian Aborigines.
That ain't even American Indian. I said, what are their names, ma'am?
What do you mean?
Their names, ma'am. What are their names?
They can trace their lineage. Ask Top Cats. They can trace their lineage from this one.
Let me ask you something. Honestly, who are you? Are you a white woman? Are you a white woman?
I'm white.
Are you?
I'm an albino.
Okay. So okay.
And
So wait a minute.
Probably slaves on
No. 1 second. Your ancestors.
and I have black German nobility in my line too.
Impossible. Hold on, sister. There's no way you have black nobility in your line, because it would be illegal for me to mate with you and have kids. It's written. It's written in law. I'm telling you.
You're a European nobility, black European.
Yeah, but I was talking about you. You just like to talk, but you're not listening.
I'm talking about you. Isn't it the Aborigines' land? Isn't it their gold?
I don't understand.
The American Indians. They've been here way before King George.
When? Where? You wouldn't know that because you're part of an immigration. You were adopted. So what are you talking about? They were here before. How could you say anything was before the royals when they established this land, ma'am? The land in which you call free. There wasn't no free land in no American Indian society. Are you silly? Fuck live in a teepee in an industrial place in the 1900s. Are you silly? The 1700s, 1600s. You'll never find royals or blacks living in no damn teepees, ma'am.
Church over here.
Are you
They
crazy?
had churches over here in the 1920s in Muskogee, Oklahoma.
Miss,
And
I'll see you later, ma'am. I'll see you later. I'm not. You got to be silly. You don't want no black folk living in no damn teepees. And you don't control the spectrum, and you just got here. You don't know what was here because you just got here. You trying to make up American Indian when you need to be making up what you was doing under King George. Press 1. You need to be worried about this. Huh? Press 1. Before you stole. Press 1. That's what you need to be worried about. Huh? Press 1. That right there. That's what you need to be worried about. Come on. Oh, we was probably. Yeah, I know what you was probably doing. Okay? We are not no damn American Indian, no. Huh? Press 1. See, because all of the American Indians are with them. So why would I be one of them? They're all federalized. German, this one, they're all German. This ain't us. We don't live in teepees. Huh? We don't live in teepees. These are Nazis. Huh? That's Geronimo. That's Geronimo. Oh, look at your neighbor and say,
Not like this.
ah.
Not like this.
Don't you tell me nothing. Satan, get behind me. Press 1. Ain't no such thing in no Indian in the World Fair. Karimio lied to y'all. Press 1. He lied to you. Press 1. Ain't no such thing in no Afro-Americans living no damn teepee. Facts. Facts. That's why I like when y'all call in and this person TV, they sold y'all lies. I'm the truth. I'm the truth. They sold y'all lies. You can, if y'all got men out there who got females calling into my show to defend them, you're not a man. Anyway, because you're afraid anyway. That's how you know the women over there got more power. Huh? I told you, Italy brought them. The American Red Cross. The only people who had TP'd. Right? So these are all the same thing. Press 1. Okay? So she can come over and try to distract and destroy. But listen, if you don't got it in your...
Boy, Cleveland.
If you don't know by now, Kev is the truth. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air.
Good morning, brother Kev.
What's up, champion?
I just want to say thank you, man. It feels so good to see somebody that know who we are and stand on it, man.
That's right.
I love it about it. That's all I want to say. I appreciate it, bro.
My man, I appreciate you too.
Job.
Where you from?
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm your boy. We talk all the time. I'm your boy, Cleveland.
Yeah.
We talked about when we found out about the Gatling gun they made in 1864. That's how he took over.
You got
Remember
it.
we talked about, you told me that he made a Gatling gun, then we was like, oh, whoa, was over here. We talking about it. So, yeah, bro, I just love it, man. You put it in her place, not trying because she a baby. She don't know no better. But I love the fact you stand on the Most High and you stand on our lineage because I'm tired of this. We all got to start doing that, standing up and screaming.
That's right.
Because God said he ain't going to be respected until we call out his name.
That's right.
And stand on our lineage.
That's right.
Period. Stand on your lineage.
That's right.
Come back to the back of class, homie.
Thank you, champion. That's right. And if it takes me to show you, that I'm going to show you then. Squash that. You don't even know. You talking for somebody else. How you trying to tell me what was here before me and you wouldn't even know where? You didn't even stand up right. Where was you when we had all this, our inventors and gods and stuff here? Where was you? Come on, somewhere around there with Andrew Tate, milking goats, becoming a Romanoff, playing around. Y'all is just a part of the circus until God corrects things. I don't even want to say fix, it's just correct things. Let the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Press 1. Let them till they have no more chest moves, and the queen bitch just died. All Buffett gonna die. All of them on their way out. Press 1. They ain't got no more plays. Nobody believes them. Press 1. Though nobody, ain't no other king on this earth but the royals that matters here in America. But the people who founded this nation, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and them. Press 1. And even white folks know this. America was founded on Levitical law. Press 1. You better go look up Aaron's Rod. That's George Gillespie pleading for the case of the people in Aaron's Rod. That's the same George Gillespie that founded this nation, and you call Washington. So you better go read. You better go read. Fuck that. You better know who you talking to before you call up here with some stupid shit. It's in my blood, mate. Press 1. It's in me blood. You can't research this. Yeah, some of y'all got gangbanging and shit down to a T. Can crip walk all the way across stage. Not me. Press 1. I know this right here. Go ahead. Keep playing basketball. Because you a modified genetic human being of Shaq and some other basketball player. And they made a Kwame Brown. Press 1. Cool. I'll do this. Hit that like button. The man in the high castle is Warren Buffett. Press 1. You know how we know? Because we study Warren Buffett now. How many people, how much money Warren Buffett invests? How much money did Warren Buffett invest in the destruction of black folk? Press 1. Those are the questions you need. Press 1. Those is the questions you need. Somebody text me on my Discord and said the Buffett Foundation has given over $1.5 billion to abortion research, to include $427 million to Planned Parenthood. Press 1. Press 1. Yeah, that's extermination program. Investing in the death of black babies. Y'all ain't catching on to nothing. Y'all too busy worried about period I, period period I. I'm baby daddy free. Go to Planned Parenthood. We about to catch a murder right now. Caller. We gonna catch a murder. Press 1. Let's go pop some Plan B. We gonna catch a body right now. This is disgusting. Coffee and Kush TV on the air.
Hey, good morning. It's Amelia. I have a question.
For me or for the class?
For you.
Go ahead. Talk to me.
All right. So let me turn off the phone. Are you there? Okay. So you had mentioned the royals hid their children, something like that, but I kind of missed a little bit. And I was just wondering did you say why they hid their children?
They hid their children?
You said like they hid their children. Yeah.
What was I talking about when I said they hid their children?
Yeah, it was a while back. It was like, it was today, but it was just like 30 minutes ago or something. But it was like, you were like saying that they were royals and they hid their children. And I don't even know. I don't know, but I just caught that part, and I was like, why would they hide their children? And I was like, is it to protect their children from maybe other people coming in and trying to? Possibly. I don't
understand the context. I just got to know. I don't know exactly what you were talking about.
Okay, well then I'm gonna watch it again later, and I will message you if I find it or send it to you or something.
Okay, cool.
If I don't hear it.
Thank you for that. Satan's roaming to and fro to see who he can devour. Susan Thompson Buffett Foundation. Buffett was the chairman on the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Press 1. Buffett was a chairman on the Bill, and we just know they just got busted. So that makes sense. Press 1. What I'm telling you is the American Russian invading government through that they hid the descendants. They can't name the heir because the heir will give centralized power to the king. All power will go back to the king and the heirs and the beneficiary. So this is what happened. This is why you in the trouble that you in. Is because the federal government, the Romanovs, aka the Catholic Church and all them, illegally took something that's not theirs from these people over here in the Americas. That's what happened. And they took the names, but they didn't name the air. They left the air in the air. You get it? That's why when the scriptures say coming in the clouds or the air, that's because the kingdom descends through the heirs, through the bloodline of the royals. Not, you can't take it. You can't. It can only, you can steal it, but you're not given. That's not real. It's more like a circus rather than, and eventually it'll burn out. Like the Constitution and stuff like that. That's all contract for them to work and pay the beneficiaries of the royals. There are supposed to be no Negroes right now at this point, a part of this bloodline that even works. You know how you see Rockefeller and these people not working? Those are really, they're playing the role of you. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air.
Okay, this is Jenny again. I have two questions. Did any of the George Washingtons have slaves?
Indentured workers, yes.
Okay, and my other question is, when he got to Washington State, where I'm from, I really don't know the history here. Was there people already here?
When you say people already in Washington?
Yeah, in Washington State, was there people on this land when George Washington got here? The first George Washington. Settled and actually owned the land and built up cities and.
Wait a minute. Are you talking? It's like, hold on. Are you asking me? Is anybody walking around and did they bump into anybody walking around? I don't know. I'm talking about
any living.
Man, what I'm talking about is the establishment of the nation. I'm not talking about the people they bumped into on the road who don't have established nothing. They're just roaming about. They're just roaming about, going to and from, like cons, just devouring, seeing what the fuck. They have nothing established. Okay? They can't buy, there's nothing. They haven't founded anything. There's no roads, but there's nothing. Okay? So let me tell you, the federal government went over the royals and gave the imaginary people you're talking about American citizenship and said, oh, those are American Indians right here, which ain't nothing but you and your white people. We call y'all $5 Indians who stole the names from the original people who was here. Okay? So no, okay? It's just the new world, remember? You remember the story? The new world, okay? Coffee.
I remember all your stuff, but we was actually called white niggas, so English and
I don't know what you was called, and this ain't a pity party. We talking about the Romanovs, Saint Peter, and that thereof.
Yes, I'm listening to all of it. I'm learning, but I just wanted to know about history here in Washington also.
Okay. So, anything else?
But I am listening. I'm in the Baptist class. And
where you from? Where you from? Where your people from?
I'm in Washington State. My family came through Canada and a black German through Ellis Island and probably other Europeans through there way back. But I don't know full everything, but I have Europeans. But mainly from Canada, which is part of North America, right? So not necessarily Ellis Island. But Washington is where we live now.
Okay, but it's still by way of the north and stuff like that. You still illegal.
Well, you're gonna kick me off because I'm with y'all. So
No. I'm telling you that your birth. There's no birth record of you. Natural tying you to the land.
I know my grandparents.
That's not what I'm talking about. I said tying you to the land.
Yes, I understand.
Okay.
I understand.
Okay, so that means
I understand.
That means you're not in original. There's nothing here that ties you to the land.
I understand. I've been in your class. I know that, but I just wanted to know Washington's history and who was here when George Washington got here.
Yeah.
Because they don't teach you Washington history, and I know you're going to get ready to teach that eventually, but I just want to know who was here first. And I know there's a difference between $5 Indians and Aboriginals. I know that.
There's
And
no
I don't
Aboriginal
claim $5.
is.
I'm a paleface. You guys call me paleface.
I didn't call you anything. I call you a person, a human being. I didn't call you no damn paleface. That's what Aboriginal call you because they stuck in cowboys and Indians. See, Aboriginals and them, they put themselves as Pacific Islanders 100 years ago, living in teepees. That's the difference. Enjoy the rest of your day, ma'am. You have like nothing to contribute here. Thank you. Yeah, all you got to do is ask your grandparents what world fairs they went to, and you'll be able to see. But in real life, you really are not from here. Okay? So that's the thing. 424-209-9506. Y'all better stop listening to these wannabe Indians. They ain't doing nothing but backing up the system, fighting against something that they agree with. It's silly. They don't own anything. They want a federal handout. They will change their identity 100 times, and then you find out each one of these niggas ain't even got no real heritage here in America. They just like to get together and pump their fist, press one, but it means nothing. They can't trace their name all the way back to the founding fathers, so they're just talking. You see what I'm saying? You see how I connected the name? And there's nothing wrong with that because that's just what it is. But they can't do that because they don't have the truth with them. They don't believe in God. They didn't know that the Bible was, they spent their life dissing God and saying that the white man gave us the Bible when it's a prophecy, historical, living will and testament book. Facts. So they ain't even capable of understanding. So they'll forever live their life in Tasmanian devil whirlwind type of thing. Listen, I'm not in that. I'm not in that, bro. I'm not in that. You can call it in, whatever. Listen. There is no Aboriginal community. There is just the Washingtons, okay? Just supreme law. You living in Disneyland. There's no law in your Aboriginal nothing. You're trying to be something that you're not. I just told you who the Royals was. So who are you? I just told you who the Royals was. So who are you? A fake Indian. That's what. Where's your work? What language do you speak? Nothing. I said, you're dead. What are you talking about? In law, you're nothing. Press one. You thought you was right, and you're wrong. You thought you was right. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up?
Hey, what's up with it, dude? This Fred from Dallas, man. Just calling me to tap in.
What's up, champion?
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm not pretty sure where you're at on the show, but I did hear the lady just call in. And I just wanted to just sit up there and just let us, just speak on it for like the layout. As far like even before it was Washington State, it was like Washington Territory.
Right.
So it's even a little bit, it's a little bit larger than that. And so as far as the people, I don't know what the cities would look like and stuff like that, but it was Washington Territory. So it was territory before they changed states. And so, man, but at the same time, I just wanted to sit up there and let you know that, you know what I'm saying, long time listener of the show, big supporter. And that's it. And kind of nervous right now. That's really why. I normally catch at the beginning. Of the show and just listen all the way through. And so I just want to call in just let you know, man. And they kind of nervous right now.
Right.
So
it's okay. My man. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Chubby. Man.
But I'm gonna try to call in. I just have problems calling from the work spot. So when I do,
I got you.
Catch it, so I normally turn in at the beginning and just listen to y'all the way through. Because you do make a day. Good. And at the same time, I just ride on out with you.
Thank you, champion.
All right,
man. So that's what it's about, right there. That's it. All this other stuff, dudes is talking about. With bow and arrows in Turtle Island. I don't believe in Turtle Island. There's no such thing as Turtle Island right here. Ain't no such thing of it. So you can keep the Empress Awakened. You talking about facts and bow and arrows. That's not us. We don't use bow and arrows, and we don't use that. We had our whole birthright stolen with rifles and cannons and real guillotines and real shit. The Revolutionary War, the Civil War, the Great War, all this is one. Press one. All this Turtle Island is fake. It's not real. You know, damn turtle living through no damn universe, swimming about doing nothing. Bow and arrows. Ain't no nigga around doing this. You ain't got one picture of no nigga doing this living in no goddamn TP. So you can keep your damn emoji. Press 1. I don't care for that stuff. You're a liar. I don't even know why you put a turtle emoji. The fuck you sound like living on the back. That's what you live without God. That's facts for you. That's what happened when you live without God. You get in your head that you live on the back of a goddamn turtle shell. That's what happened to you. So don't come over here screaming facts. Start over. Press 1, put you on timeout. The fuck you think you live on the goddamn back of a turtle swimming about in the universe that needs ye nothing? A feather and a turtle don't even go together. Press 1, look at your neighbor. Shit about it here. Listen to that weak ass Dane Calloway shit.
Shame.
The motherfucking shame. Press 1. Don't know nothing about because they deniers they self. Press 1. That's why. Ain't no such thing. No black with no damn Indian. Press 1. Shooting bow and arrows. Living in no damn TP. You'll never find no Negro, copper tone, people of God like us living on damn TP. On the damn ground. Press 1. And God stood us upright with the law. Are you a fool? We the establishers of law that governs whole nations, and you're gonna put yourself as a scavenger, doing these things with no language. And the first time you had a language and grew into somebody who was a white man with a suit and tie on, you gonna go with the flow. You gonna go with the flow. Yeah, we were savages before. Get out of here. Name one Indian inventor. You can't. Guess what? Because there wasn't no damn Indian inventors, okay, in the 1600. Okay? We was already building big shit over here. What are you talking about? Everything we built here, y'all use and take for granted. Name me one Indian. Well, that's why I say, what's his name? What you mean, what's his name? What's their name? What's their motherfucking name? Press 1. Everybody names is on the dolls roll. What's their name? Press 1. Y'all can't prove nothing you talking about. Every one of my words just destroy all of y'all little truths. Y'all done formed all these little fake groups on the internet trying to get 501(c) status for something you can't be. You can't be an aboriginal sovereign citizen of the Americas that's shipped by Britain by way of Yugoslavia or some guy. That don't even make sense. You don't tie yourself to too many places. Press Donald Rumsfeld's ass face. North, west, south, east of there. Press 1, just somewhere. Press 1. This is the truth. Fact. Peter's a liar. That's where y'all from, the Romanovs. She don't even know who her forefathers was. They're Romans. Romanovs. Russians and Ukrainians. Press 1. The same ones trying to get over here right now talking about a reset. You know what reset mean? Off with your head, press 1. But Donald Trump said make America great again. Only time America was great is when black folks was given their inheritance and living righteous. Press 1, that's the only time. Giving their shit was due to them. Everybody wants your reparations. That's your reparations that you ain't been collecting this whole time. You would never get reparations arguing like Tamika Mallory burning down things, arguing like Tariq Nasheed trying to establish black museum. It's black museums nobody even go to this day. Press 1. Look, you set up a black museum for, and we know black is dead in law. Press 1. Black is dead in law. But that just goes to show you who's a Russian and who's a true patriot. America was built off of it's called the American Revolution for a reason, fool. Press 1. There's a reason why George Washington. I fight for this shit. For freedom? Please. Ain't no dollar in the world. You can't buy freedom. Right? Bloodline? Get out of here. Royalty every time. Y'all can hang with each other, be fake, talk about loyalty over royalty if you want to. Royals are forever. Facts. Something wrong with you. But y'all live in a democracy in the USSR, in a modified project of Hinduism, Catholicism, which is Romanovism. Press 1. And y'all thought y'all should be able to speak. Press 1. Look at this. Look at this. American Dictionary Language, right? Noah's Wiktionary of 1828. This motherfucking hard work and dedication. Look who on the front. George Washington at the age of 20. Ain't that a bitch? I'm just talking right now. Look, Noah's Webster, first nigga on the after 8 long years as commander-in-chief of the Army of the Republic, press 1, Washington was ready to resign his commission. Press 1. Life is a trip. Life is a trip when you read. That's something else. I don't even want to read that. Because that just went in too smooth. What? But that's George Washington. George Washington Gillespie, George Washington, Betty Gillespie, Betty Washington. These are all the same. This is the same person. This is the same family. You just ain't never connected King George with George Washington because they placed George Washington way over there and made King George. Well, they placed George Washington here and made it look like you fought against the Brits. Well, that's you. You ain't gonna fight against yourself. Press 1. Now you see the Republic. The Republic. Okay. Okay, now you know what the Pope was talking about with the letter to Obama, or the letter to the civil orders. Let's call it that, the civil orders. It's all about the Republic and the stepping down and the transferring of power because the Constitution is a contract. Press 1. It's a contract and a direct link to this over here at the supreme level. 424-209-9506. You want to support the broadcast, go to my cash out. My cash tag is Gills Gang. Who is this? Ain't no reason for you to be asleep over here. This is where the knowledge at. Coco, for what would happen if they flipped it back? If they flipped it back, no. So Coco contributed to the page and they say, so what would happen if they flipped it back? Well, it's going to be flipped back because as we come into ourselves, it descends by the air. So there's nothing you got to do but feed your mind because we are the controllers of this. So feed your mind. You tell me, Coco, what happens after if they were to switch it back? Well, it'll go back to the royals, the true royals, who everything was stolen from. So the black woman, this is for your contribution. The black woman, it'll be a Afro-American queen, an Afro-American king. He chooses the queen, and that's king and queen of the sovereign nation. They believe in God. Press 1. They are by God, for God, everything about the church. It's the same thing. They just hijacked it. So you see how they say the Southern Baptist Church and all that stays the same. The black women be up in there because they're connected to that. That's their position actually, because if you know, Eve went against God. So that's for her. She got to praise God. That's where she at. You find black women in church praising God. Facts. Through all the sin and all, that's what they're supposed to do right there in church, doing what they do. And so the law will be placed back in the hand of the church. The king is a representative of that thereof, and you follow the monarchy just like the monarch, just like you've been doing this whole time. King, queen, that's their kids. There it go. Same shit you've been watching. Same thing. It'll just be reverted back to the natural heirs rather than the fake Windsors who got their name from a castle. A Windsor castle. They just took the name off the castle. Well, that's the only thing that'll happen. It'll go back to the Washington family, or Betsy and Tom, all of which you see, probably the Gillespies and those noblemen and people of that bloodline that are here and don't know who they are. Yeah, them right there. Press 1 who been right here with you the whole time. Yeah, them right there. See, and I just think that that's what they've been hiding this whole time was the deed, the contract, what we're locked in. So if we were able to come out, we would know, like, damn, So who? Well, it has to be an heir to King George. John, George, Thomas, Samuel, Mary, and it's on some biblical stuff as well. So, like I said, it descends from the heir. It has to be proven through the heir who it is. You see? That's why they destroyed your tree. Your what do you call that when you got your family tree? None of us know, right? Right? Well, in the possibility that no one knows nothing, God creates a way for us to identify who and what an heir is if you reach out to him, if you are tapped in. So it's about that. The air is coming through the air or the cloud per se, but air. And it descends from that. No other way. It can't be bought, can't be sold, it can't be taken. Once an heir is identified, all sovereignty and all right is restored back. There is no, hey y'all, I'm this one, please believe me. Press one, or no, we don't believe you because we gonna hate on you. None of that matters at the supreme level. Once the heir is identified, that's it. And I'm gonna tell you how it happens. It's kind of like Moses raising the serpent. It's the raising of the Son of Man. The Son of Man must be raised. It's as easy as that. He must be raised up. You remember that gay pastor who got caught doing things, and they lifted him up in the church, and he had the 10 Commandments of Moses in his hand. Y'all remember that? That's what that is. That's a ceremonial lifted up. That's your king. That's what they were saying. They made the blast, and then he died. Remember that? That's what that church was saying. Eddie Long. They were saying that's the Christ. That's how far away y'all came. Press one, right there. Right there. They raised him up by the people. They honored him right there. They're saying, press one. They're saying that's him right there. And was it? No, it's not. No, it's not. They made him upstanding. No. They didn't make him upstanding. They raised him as if he was the Son of Man. That's what they raised him as. But turns out it was just a blasphemous attempt to cover up. That's why he was holding the 10 Commandments. He was wearing the sharb, the Lion of Judah, and all of these things. And he was killed. He died after that. He died after that. That's crazy. But that's the statement that's being made symbolically is, here he is. Was it? No. But that's how blasphemous this world is. You don't even know what they're doing in the church. You know? So it's all about descending from this heir. Now, who would be, if this is God's land, then it will be John, and then hence they go to book of John again. Press one. It'll be John, George, Martha, Samuel, all that Romanoff don't even exist. They're trying to graft themselves into the kingdom, which is a bloodline. They're trying to graft themselves in by saying, well, this guy way over here. No, it's George Washington, John, George, and that thereof, and the descendants. That's what makes up the monarch, if it was monarch here in the Americas. That's all it is. Why are Indians get paid but blacks not? I'm not talking about why Indians get paid more. That's a whole different, Theona, that's a whole different conversation. Okay? We're talking about something much more important. You worried about Indians and why they get paid and blacks don't, when that don't even make sense. That just, you're out of here. I'm sorry. You got to go. You asking questions in this class that don't even got nothing, like you just talking. 424-209-950. Where the men at? I've been on here an hour and 30 minutes. Where the men at? 424-209-9506. Where are the fellas? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all supposed to be the gods, remember? Y'all supposed to be the all-knowing. The boom, the head of household. And how do y'all establish head of household? And all of these, remember? But it's really, Kev, what can I do to take from you? Kev, what can I do to make my channel better? You can't do nothing because everything leads back to Mr. Washington Gillespie. That's why. You can't do nothing. Press 1. George Washington. Not anything else, bro. George Washington, and where? In the dome, Capitol building, what they call it, Capitol Hill, right there. That goes back to I don't know why, but every time black folk is mentioned, it's like it don't matter. Y'all got this consensus like it don't matter. That's just hilarious to me. Everything don't matter until you make sense of it. Everything matters until you make sense of it. It's like, wait a minute. So that's why I put this here. Press 1.
Unknown caller.
Is because I put this here because George Washington is right here with the law. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up?
Call from.
What up?
What's up, Kev? I just want to, should I get the list of the Black Laws books? Because I got the 1828, but I don't have the other one.
I don't know who you are. What you talking about?
The Black Laws books?
I don't know what you talk. Like who are you? What are you talking about? You just called me. What are you talking about?
Yo, I'm Isaiah from Houston. I'm calling, I got the 1828, but the rest of the Black Laws books, as far as the George Washington Gillespie, I kind of forgot the names. I just wanted you to run them down so I can go ahead and get them off Amazon.
Oh,
yeah.
You will want to get Aaron Rod's.
Aaron Rod.
Yeah, Aaron Rod, AARON, which is pretty much the staff of Moses, in which George Gillespie invokes God in state law, and it proves that George was using God's law to combat federal law and all opposition and the church and the false church and all that. So he was using the Bible to charge them and to protect the sovereignty of America. So he was the advocate actually of the people, King George.
Okay.
So yeah, and you might want to pick up Black's Law. You can pick up a few things. You can pick up a few things, but that's where you want to start, man.
Yeah, I got the 1828. I've been reading the Bible for a good month every Saturday, so I'm trying to get an understanding and keep up with the class.
So what you mean?
I've been dropping little stuff in your Patreon too.
What you trying to get?
It's just like the understanding of just knowing. So when I watch it, I can make sure I'm following correctly.
Got you.
Because when you say things, I just go on Google and I just start researching, and I go off into other research with shit I'm just finding on the whim. So
keep
searching. They get deep. I be researching, and I'm like, God, how the fuck did I end up all the way over here?
But it's always a reason why you ended up all the way over there. It kind of just throws you in there, and you kind of dig your way out. You're in the hole down.
Yeah, the shit get interested too. I'll be like, damn, I've been reading for like 4 hours on what the fuck was I trying to research? All right.
It all makes sense in a couple days when it hit you on the news, like, oh my God, I just read it. That's what I forgot.
It do be doing that. It do be doing. I'm like, I heard that shit. I was just looking at that. What the fuck?
That's how you know you on time. It's real. It's right on time. You feel me? It ain't made up. You can see it, and it identifies in your brain. Like, wait, I was just reading that.
Man, I be getting a confrontation since I've been getting in the truth. I be hearing people talk. I'm like, what the hell, y'all? No, it's this. It's this. And they be trying to combat me, but I'll be ready though.
Yeah, man. The more you grow, the more it's like you can practice. So you can practice on unwitty subjects like that, arguing and debating, and it make you sharper. So when you call into the show, you come prepared. It is what it is.
Hell yeah, that should be feeling good. Once I leave the conversation, I'm like, yeah, I won that bitch. All right, Kev, let me get back to work, bro.
Oh, man, shout out to you, King. My man said, yeah, ooh, I made way with that. I got him with that. That's how you be feeling, because us people, we very, like, sports-oriented. Like, we want to win against, especially these... with shit you ain't never, like, we don't win arguments and knowledge in the black community. So it's just like, all right, but look, you try it and then it's like, he ain't had nothing to say. I got his ass, press work. And that's how I beat up on Sonnet and them now. They don't even want no smoke with me no more. The 7%ers, the Moor, the Aboriginal, press one, the Turtle Islanders, the Niji people, Dane Calloway, ABTV, nigga Setting Nash, nigga Sot Cheddar. Nobody want no smoke, Vlad. Nobody. You know why? Because I got the truth. I've been battling these clowns. Press one, I call them clowns right now. I'm on my Tupac. I've been battling these clowns for 2.5 years, nigga. Press one. And finally, it really is, like, I thought it hit home before, but when Said told me about Elizabeth Betty Gillespie right now, I'm like, there it is right there. There it is right there. That's a cold lineage. That George Washington Gillespie lineage thing, descendants connected to George Washington and George Washington Gillespie, that's, look, George Gillespie and son, Allen and Thomas. Allen, 800 acres, Cedar Branch by wheel. George Gillespie, 144 acres. Oh, my goodness. Oh, by wheel. Oh, my goodness. Let me go here. Oh, it's over down. Press one. Press one. This is, oh, shit. Y'all haven't even seen it yet. Press one. I'm up here doing my due diligence. Press one. Look what I found. Dane Calloway ain't going to show you this. Press one. He ain't going to show you this. Yeah. I got their ass. That motherfucker Gillespie stone house. Press one. I told you he was a stone builder. Press one. A 1792 for George Gillespie by Seth Smiths, a Quaker stone mason from Lancaster County. Oh my goodness. Press one. Stop it. There go Elizabeth again. I feel like the Macho Man Randy Savage with Queen Elizabeth. Press one. Remember Macho Man? He used to do anything for Queen Elizabeth. I used to love them. Like Macho Man to die for Queen Elizabeth, nigga. Press one. What is Macho Man doing for Queen Elizabeth? Press one. Now I know. So look, Cedar Branch. Look, North Carolina, Georgia. Oh my God, let's read. God wants us to read. Let me go to reset formation here. And I guess we got to read. Press one. We got to read, y'all. This is easy. I don't know where this is. It say George Gillespie and sons Allen and Thomas, Washington and Greene counties, Tennessee historical marker, right? So here's a stone house. George Gillespie obtained several land grants from North Carolina, making him a very wealthy man. 300 acres, 211 acres there, 394. He was married 3 times, first to Elizabeth, then Elizabeth, and then Martha. Press one, whose surname is unknown. Press one. You didn't believe that? He had 3 of them. Press one. His surviving widow was Martha, whose surname is unknown. Martha would be was probated, and boom, he is a documented patriot by DAR, whose record cite the name of his 3 wives. Press one. George mentioned by J.G.M. Ramsey in the landmark book written The Annals of Tennessee to the end of the 18th century. Brown settlement extended down to such and such. Bam, look, 140, bam, Chucky. Press one. By convenience, by will. Press one.
Unknown caller.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That boy Kev on everything moving today. Coffee and Kush TV, you on the air. What up?
What's going on? It's Mitch from Boston.
Yeah, what's up with you?
Not much. So I had a question. You know, a lot of this, spectacular knowledge you've been displaying for the past months, years, kind of came to this question that I have in terms of what's your opinion on the relation of the Gillespie family and like the Holy See? Would you say that
they are the Holy See?
They are the Holy Seed.
They are the Holy Seed. They are the precepts. They are the kings. They are the one who grants kings and governors. You will go to the Gillespie family to be, if you wanted to be a governor or something like that. They are the precepts. They are the electors. That's your prince right there. Go ahead.
So why only the focus on the American colonies and things like that?
Because the American colonies, is where we're from and which was lost. So it's like Virginia, and getting this correct at Virginia expels out to everything that was owned, but we have to get it at the source first. And what we know as the royal colonies was right here in Virginia.
Understood.
That's why.
Understood.
So once we get this straight, it automatically
the domino effect.
It instantly, because all power is submitted back to the royals of the Virginia and stuff like that. So yeah.
Because when you look at Holy See, the Gauls, the Gaelics, all that over there in Europe is a whole mess, a heap of mess too, in terms of usurping families, fighting families. As we could see, like the Queen of England and all that stuff. So there's a lot of thrones over there that need to be corrected as well. Well,
they don't have a throne. They don't really have a throne. They're Romans and Romanovs and things of that. They don't really have a kingdom and have any jurisdiction here.
All of that is false.
Well, even if they choose to be kings and queens there, they have no jurisdiction here, as we are a sovereign nation. Yeah. So.
All right, sir. I appreciate it.
My man, thank you for that. My man. So listen, y'all, just so we know, we talking about the same George Gillespie. Look at this one. That was an awesome caller, right? Look, George Gillespie, Ireland, such and such patriot, participated in border warfare. Elizabeth Young, 1753. Look, here it is. This is the same George Gillespie, Rowan County, North Carolina, son of Thomas and Naomi Gillespie, but of Old Hopewell, Rock Springs Road. Here, it's right here. Look, Isaac Gillespie. Look, Isaac, Jacob Gillespie, Jacob, Thomas, William, James. This is Bible, bro. This is a will, bro. This is for real, champ. In the name of God, amen. Press what? What does this say? The 14th day of December in the year our Lord of 1793, George Gillespie Sr. of the county of Greene in the territory of the United States, south of the Ohio, being sick and weak and blah, 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 blah. I'm giving press 1. Look, George Gallagher Gillespie. Remember Gallagher? Oh, my goodness. Seal. The name is the seal. Oh my gosh, look at your neighbor and say.
Not like this. Not like this.
That hurt. I'm iconic in the field like Solomon's seal. That just an intro. Allow my flow time to sink into the, Freemason, but freelancer, but y'all basic, but I'm faster. This is easy. Press 1. You see how it just unveils itself like that? Pow! Pow! Right there, natural. There's no special effects. There's no 3D animation. It just comes like that. Voila. It unveils itself. True revelation just happened. Wow. The moment. You got to brace yourself for it. You gotta respect when it happened. That's a natural revelation. Look, easy. George Gallagher, George X Gillespie. Oh my goodness. Remember that show Gallagher? Remember? You remember? Press 1. Hit that like button. Contribute to the page. Press 1. Contribute to the page. Hit that cash out. My cash tag is Gills Gang. I'm changing my page to Mr. Gillespie. Leave me alone. Don't bother me. This is easy. Let's see. Sergeant Allen Gillespie. Oh, my goodness. There's a new one. Look at this one. Look, although a parishioner under the Act of 1822, parishioner located in former resident Washington County, pension application. This is all about pensions and things of this nature. Robert, Sarah, paid debt to William. They ain't paid nothing. And they took the names. Look. descendant of George Gillespie. Look, Fort Gillespie, George Gillespie, Fort Gillespie was named. That's in, he died in Tennessee, Washington. Look, so Fort Gillespie is a fort. Sons of the American Revolution. Press 1. Look, Eden Smith, descendant of Captain Thomas Gillespie. Do you see the Smiths wrote themselves in? Here it is right here. Here it is right here. You see the Smiths wrote that, a descendant of what? There it is there. Press 1. There it is there. Take a picture, Trick. Press 1. Approve all things. They go to Smiths right there. They go to Smiths right there. They steal it. It's right there. It's right here. Girl, look. Descendant of who? Edwin K. Ain't no way in hell. Your name will still be Gillespie, sir. Press 1. Captain Thomas Gillespie. Press 1. You gonna ask me where the Indians at? I don't know where no damn. Ain't no Indians around at this time. Look at this. Look at this. Thomas was the son. This is Thomas Jefferson Gillespie, I bet you. Thomas Jefferson, the son of George Gillespie II, and Elizabeth Young, was born July 12, 1754. Hashtag 54. Hashtag 54. In Baltimore, press 1. He first married Virginia, press 1. Had a daughter, press 1. Agnes, and had children, George III, William Gillespie, Amelia, Elizabeth, Martha, Thomas, James, Franklin, John, McAllister. Press 1. Look at this, bro. Look at Gilly. Y'all know why they say Gilly the king? He ain't no damn king. He ain't no Gilly. He ain't no Mac. He ain't none of that. I'm the real Gilly. Press 1. I'm the real Mac. Press 1. That's me, bro. Press 1. Where'd they get Gilly the king from? Where? How does Gilly even know Gilly is the king? How do you know? How? How do you even relate Gilly with the king? Press 1. Why he got to be bald-headed? Press 1. Why he got to be the anti-me? Press. Why he try to be? Why? Why he couldn't be a dark, fat, diabetic-looking African? Press 1 that look like one of these. Press 1. O'Shea the Dukes. Why he got to look like me? Why he got to try to be a clown and smoke and pothead like me though? Press 1. Why, when you look at him, something ain't right with him. What is it about him? What is it? Press 1 because his name. Press 1. His real name is Ahmadinejad. Press 1. His name ain't no Mr. Gillespie. And press 1 from the Galilee, from Irish descent. Press 1. That's where you end up with Boston Celtic. The Irish. Press 1. That's where you end up with the leprechaun, with the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You know the rainbow represents the covenant of God. He tells you to remember it. If you do so, all blessings will be restored through who? Press 1, but you don't really know what Lucky Charms is really talking about. You think a little white man, little demon. Press 1. You don't know why they call Boston Celtics full of black people with four-leaf clovers. You know why four-leaf clovers is rare. Press 1. Gotta be lucky. You don't understand that. Jeez. So we're talking, look, why I said Mac? Why did I say Mac? Y'all think I'm talking about some playerism. That's why Tupac said reincarnated as a motherfucking Mac 11, because of heaven there's no shortage on G's. I'm telling you now, you motherfuckers don't know me. You don't know me. That's why he say that. That's why he say reincarnated as a motherfucking Mac. Because you're dealing with these people right here. Press 1. That's what you're dealing with. Max and look at this. Limestone. So we talking about the same people. Limestone County. We talking about, I just called him Limestone Gillespie. Look at this. Mac Gilly of Eastburg. Press 1. Okay, and it means what? Servant of the bishop. Now, right? Did I just prove this, right? It means what? Servant of the bishop. Now, let me turn this off. That's the king. He is the servant of the bishop. Now watch this. Let's go to the meaning of Kevin Brian Gillespie. Press 1. Now, this is it. I'm out of here. I'm out of here because I got to think about this. Okay? What does Gillespie means? Press 1. Press 1. Do I got to do this to them? Yes, I do. Press 1. Yes, I do. Why? Because they think I'm a chump on the internet like them. Okay, so Gillespie, meaning, press 1, is a name is angelicized. Press 1 of the Galaic Gili East bag, also rendered Gilead's bag, meaning what? A bishop's servant. The Gillespie is an angelized form of the Scottish Gaelic, where Jesus from Galilee, is all connected. Mac Gilly of Isberg and the Irish Mac Giola East Peg, both which means bishop's servant son. Press 1. Press 1. So you tell me, Gilly. You tell me. How? Press 1. How? Y'all sleep, not me. I'm just chilling. I'm just making sure you understand before shit get crazy on Earth. That's all. I'm just hoping you understand. That's all. Shout out to the people in my Cash App. I didn't just make my name up and appear on the internet with knowledge and wisdom, fool. Press 1. I just had to reconsider some things. Support the broadcast. Shout out to you, my moderators, for posting my links out there. You feel me? I'm just with the people, chilling, dropping bars. Press 1. It all coincides. I ain't lied one time. The dude said, "Are you making things up, Kevin?" Well, if I'm making this up, press 1. This the coldest lie I ever told. Press 1. This is a cold one. Press 1. Hey, this is a cold lie I ever told. What, mama? Look, bro, this is the coldest. I didn't expect for it to be a made-up story. You can't make this story up, fool. Press 1. You can't make it up. It's just what it is. It's what a person's life go through when you look back on. You can't make this type of stuff. A person can't make up all these coincidences. You just can't. Oh yeah, and make yourself just there. I know a lot of y'all think Kev always trying to put himself. That's your ego. That's that inner hate of you. I'm just on self-discovery, like you should be. Press 1. Coffee and Kush TV. You on the air? What up?
What's going on? This is Mitch from Boston again. I just got a question. I was afraid to ask it, but since you pulled that up, I do want to ask, with those facts that you put up there, wouldn't that make King George the Merovingian?
Tell the people what the Merovingian. You tell the people what that is.
The Merovingians, those descendants of the family line that you just put up, John, Mary. These are the descendants of that bloodline that were the holy kings of the. I don't know how.
So when you watch The Matrix, the Merovingian is what?
The king.
Yes, sir.
The designer. Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. That just blew my mind.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, call back if you got any more questions, sir. Any more questions? I'm here for you, my man.
Yes.
That's what your brain is supposed to be. Wait a minute. That'll make that like that. Wait a minute. That means that is that. That means your brain is supposed to be working. You're supposed to be smiling like you're supposed to be at work like that. That makes sense, but no, that means that the Merovingian characters is really just this whole, exactly. That's who Neo went through to become. Press 1, that was the ultimate, the guy who asked, it's the why. Remember, what is the why? What is it? The Merovingian. 424-209-9506. I'm just gonna sit here for a minute and hopefully help prove, but it's real. I'm not making this up. And a lot of people don't like me because I got to clown around and present it in a way that's fun and humorous. But even God said in scripture, be ye like children. So since we all like wrestling and movies and music and fun, I thought if I could teach it like this, you will understand it more than having big words and trying. It's just like, nah, because I grew up with you, so I don't gotta try to relate to you. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to. I'm not an outsider trying to fit in with you and trying to say, hey, you're great, let me show you how. No, nigga, we're walking together and y'all just saw Kev become. So you will become. That's just what it is. I stopped asking myself, why is this happening to me? Well, it's to show you that with the right study and finding yourself, like that passage in the Bible say, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Now, I know we are destroyed by lack of knowledge, but of ourselves. So if we don't know who we are, shouldn't you be looking for you? Don't you want to do everything that you can? All these other nations got names and people and nations they run home to if something happened, and you just stuck here to be reused and reused and reused and reused over and over. No, it's a reason why you stuck here. You got to find out because you a child of the law. You have to know. There it is. Supreme Court will handle this. By God, George Washington believed in God. By God, freedom is for us. Man, get out of here. Press 1. How you think you overturned weed and shit? You all was going to jail 1 year, and then the next time everything that we can smoke, we voting on it? Yeah, let's vote. So we don't become criminals anymore. Meanwhile, the state, no, don't do that. Press 1. No, don't do it. We can stay a criminal. Then you vote on it, and now they won't end to drug dealing. Get the fuck out of here. Stuck here, but telling us to go somewhere we never lived. Exactly. So when I got started for the people, the thing is, why are you stuck here, but your brain is in Africa? Your brain is in Africa, but your body here. Why don't you go to Africa since that's where you from, and you can get a real wake-up call? Press 1. But that's where they want you. They want your body here stagnant and your mind in Africa. That's where they want you. So you will never be attached to, you will always remain black, which is a refugee, stateless, of to no estate. And you got to understand, they stole George Washington's estate. He is the king, and they broke the trust and split it within themselves and left the heirs and the beneficiaries and the freemen out of the equation, which is illegal, and they need to be brought to justice, supremely justice, so that the land can be healed, so that the people can get back to work and production can start, and entrepreneurship and innovation and things that make this nation great. Again, press 1. We don't need Japanese. We don't need Turkish. We don't need Swedish banks. We don't need nothing. We just need our shit. Press 1 from those who robbed us. See? It ain't just Afro-American. White people benefit. New citizens benefit. Everybody eats when niggas eat. Press 1. And I say niggas because that's what we is until we reclassified. Press 1. Niggas. Press 1. And that's what they want to call us, niggas. Don't hide, niggas. That's what you did. You made us call each other niggas. Eat it. Press 1. Oh, they making it cool.
Unknown caller.
It's not cool. It's derogatory. It's the worst thing that you can go from kings and queens to niggas and bitches. Coffees and Kush TV. You on the air. What up?
It's your boy Cleveland calling back in.
Talk to me.
You know what I was thinking while we was having this conversation? Real talk. Because it's coming together. They are trying to destroy all our stuff. Build up China because that's their cousins, and they trying to go over there and leave us, take all our shit and leave us and go back over there. That's what it sound like to me.
You said that's what it sounds like they up to.
I watched the video of ghost cities in China and Europe and Russia, and these motherfuckers been building cities with nobody in them. They trying to take all our shit and go back over there, bro.
They trying to go home.
Back to the class.
I see you in a minute. Yeah. Don't worry. He's absolutely right. And because you stuck on Little Boosie in the entertainment business, you don't know what the king is. You don't know what's really going on. You just stuck at entertainment, and they just robbing you blind. Just robbing you because your brain isn't focused on. Not that you got to do anything. Again, this place reacts off of you. God don't want nothing to do with you if you're not acting accordingly. You have to begin to apply yourself to get back to you. Finding out who you are is a part of that process. Nobody's finna give you nothing if you don't apply yourself to who you are. It's your responsibility as a man to say, this is what I stand on. You can bibbity bop your life away doing nothing. Doing nothing, playing around in a world where you're supposed to be finding out and regaining what was lost. Your God, your family, making your ancestors proud. Remember? Your ancestors was just demolished in World War II. In World War I, your ancestors is Emmett Till's father, is the Hellfighters. Them your ancestors, not jumping around in no Indian garbs. Your ancestors was taken down, press 1, by the czars. Press 1. You ain't gonna get there with Aboriginal TV if you don't know. Aboriginal TV don't know this. Huh? He don't know this. They taken down by the czars. Not no Indian. Press 1. Our Holocaust came at the expense of Margaret Sanger. Press 1. See, you would never get there on Turtle Island. That ain't Turtle Island history. The federal government, czars, England, Sweden don't owe Turtle Island Niji people shit. Press 1. The Niji people wasn't even around. Press 1. Don't tell me who we is. I know what you is, and I know what you owe, but I know what you ain't gonna get because you don't know law, you don't know God, you don't know George Washington, you don't know nothing. Only thing you know is esoteric, heebie-jeebie shit. From nothing leaves fucking nothing. And I'm tired of following my sisters and grandmas and aunties around to hell mindsets with nothing, dying with nothing, just Jesus words and little biblical stuff that don't mean shit to God. Press 1, because you disobeyed God, going into these little silly ass, press 1, belief systems. I just want to know law. Now, nobody is putting their kids in law. Press 1. Now, none of these niggas is bopping their head to the beat of law. Nothing. They just hoping that Tariq and she, hey, Kev, did you see this? Hey, Kev, did you? No, I don't give a damn about that. Nigga ain't talking about freedom and redemption and the law of redemption. Let's get that back up there because I'm on fire right now. Press 1. Let's put the law of redemption. Because I always get new students who don't know what we talking about and try to leave God out of it. Press 1. I always got to bring the white man in. My second favorite white man of all time. Press 1. Where's Max at? This is for Max. This is for my island boys. We almost there, Max, so we got to teach them. And just for all the new students. Press 1. 400 people up in here, and we got to know this because it all deals. There is no other way. You ain't finna get no you get restitution from God and reparations from God, from the law. Press 1. If you don't know no law, press 1. You're not getting nothing. And if you don't have a speaker, an advocate to speak on your behalf, who you put your trust in, you ain't getting nothing. So you gotta come together in one God. What'd you say? In one kingdom for all. What's that? Pledge of allegiance, nigga, to God of this place. Press 1. And for the republic for which it stands. Press 1. One nation under Romanovs. Under God. Press 1. Where God at? He indivisible with liberty and justice for all. Not privileges of a corporate rogue enslaving and trafficking, human trafficking institution. But I know all of it. I was taught. I remember having pride in under God and stuff. Yeah, bro. Now we just gangbangers and Democrat. Press 1. So listen to this white man. He gonna talk. It's called the law of redemption. This is a real law. Okay, this is biblical law, and this is the law of the land in the Americas. So I'm gonna let this white man break this down. Press 1. To all my little, you can't get this. If you a Cometian, if you a Turtle Island, You can't get this. Press 1. This ain't for you. Press 1. This is only for people who believe in God and George and Royal, Virginia and in America, how our forefathers made it so. Not wanted to be, it is. And so it is. Because superior court and superior law is greater than these little mischievous bullshit. Press 1. So let's listen to Chuck Missler.
See, Israel belongs to God.
Okay, this is all Leviticus. Okay, listen to this.
When Joshua entered the land, it was granted to the 12 tribes.
So Joshua is very important. Press 1. It was given to the 12 tribes. Let's go.
Land was to stay with the tribe, okay? When you sold land, you didn't sell it in fee simple as we think of it in our culture. It was actually what we would consider a lease.
You leased the land, the ability to live there.
You could sell the use of that land for whatever period of time transpired from then to the year of Jubilee. Every 50 years, all land returned to its original owners.
Every 50 years, they got to shut down Disneyland and return it to their others. Have they done that? No, but let's continue.
What you dealt with, what in our vocabulary would be leases, not sales in the fee simple sense, and so. When you sell your land, as I say, you sold just the rights to use it for a while. And in the year of Jubilee, every 50 years, the land would return to its original owners. Now, it happens they never really observed that. That's a whole other problem we don't have to get into here.
They ain't finna get into because you sleep. But it's all written in Leviticus and it's in law, for sure.
And when you sold your land, the title deed would include rules for its redemption. In other words, let's assume you were destitute, you sold your land, the use of your land to somebody else. That contract would, on the outside of the scroll, would be the rules by which it could be redeemed by a relative.
Yes. That's the Constitution is the contract.
If a few years went by and you had a benefactor in the family that was willing to redeem that land for you, they could perform and pay the guy for the unused years and get it back. That's the concept of redemption, okay? And so the rules for redemption would be inscribed on the outside of that scroll. That's why when you see a scroll written within and on the backside, that implies it's a title deed, okay? And so the law required that if your next of kin would show up, there was some procedure by which you could purchase back. That was called redeeming the land. And the land is to be redeemed back to the one it was originally signed.
To the one it was originally signed, not to the many, to the one. The land ain't owned by many, nothing. That's what y'all got to realize, people who never own nothing.
To give you an example of this, a strange example, in Jeremiah 25, Jeremiah the prophet knew that the Babylonian captivity was about to begin and it would be 70 years. He was a prophet. He wrote that down. God instructs him to go buy some land before going into captivity. Well, that's pretty stupid. He's going to go into captivity for more than the rest of his lifetime. In other words, he's already elderly, and the captivity would be 70 years. But he's instructed to go and buy this land. And it makes no sense. It's not explained. All you need to know is that title deed then would be buried in a jar, and his relatives would come back and unpack that jar, pull that out, and perform whatever it said and regain that land. It's the part that it's not written you need to understand why he's doing that. It was a testimony to Jeremiah and those around him that they would return. He wouldn't, but his family would. That's what it was a promise. It was like a favorable prophecy, if you will.
A favorable prophecy.
So after captivity, Jeremiah's descendants will come back and claim the land. The title deed would be a scroll on the back of which would detail the procedure. The whole concept becomes important. You need to understand all that when you get to Revelation chapter 5, because our Lord comes forth. Who is able to open the book?
Now hold on. He didn't say they brought him forth. He said our Lord comes forth. Listen to him. He tells you.
Who is able to open the book and to loose the seals thereof?
Who able to open the book and loosen the seal thereof? Who able to open the book and loosen the seal thereof? Go ahead, Chuck.
And I wept much because no man was found. It had to be a kinsman. No man was found worthy to open the book and loose the seals thereof. And one of the elders.
It has to be a kinsman. It has to be a relative, because the crown, the land, the sovereignty descends through the air.
And one of the elders said, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah hath prevailed to open the book and loose the seals thereof.
Facts.
And I turned, and I saw the Lamb as it had been slain. I thought it was the Lion of the tribe of Judah. No, it's the same thing. See, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, reigning king. The Lamb that had been slain, that's the Lamb that was nailed to a cross. The thorn-crowned one.
The thorn-crowned one returns to redeem the land.
Will come and open that book and take possession of that which he was paid for.
And take possession of that which was paid for. Because you know he paid with his life. So the second coming is him to redeem.
He's redeeming the land.
No, something wrong with you.
The whole picture of Revelation 5 will become clear if you understand this process.
Facts. So you got to understand, if you don't believe in God, that's on you. If you all believed in Satnetta and all this other, I say Satnetta, but I'm saying all of this other stuff without knowing, somebody just put in the chat room, wait a minute, the Queen reigned was 70 years. Yes, and it was 50 years since Disneyland took it. Press 1. That's no coincidence. It's no coincidence that she's dead during the Jubilee. You get what I'm saying? That's what y'all don't get. Y'all sitting at home on y'all TV, brainwashed or something, not knowing what time it is, but it's really the best time to be alive. Press 1. It is the best time ever to be on live. You could be living in the time that prophecy was spoken about. They got you believing stuff already happened when it looks like things are happening from the sense of prophecy. So you talk to me. Coffee and Kush TV, 424-209-9506. We were just talking about kinsmen and why it's important. Everybody can't be a king, and everybody's not a queen, but everybody's a freeman. That's for sure. Everybody has right. Everybody has sovereignty. See, you. Everybody can't be God. Everybody can't be the king. Everybody can't be the queen, the prince of this, press 1. But everybody has sovereignty. Everybody has right. Press 1. I tell you, everybody can't be president. But these white folk love some white privilege, don't they? What you doing pulling me over right here, right here? You know who I am? That's a lot for black people. What? You telling me, what the fuck? Let me see what this cop is pulling me over for. Babe, sit right here. Sir, what's this your goofy ass pulling me over for? You must be out your rabbit ass mind. Do you know who we are? Press 1. That's how you supposed to be. I'm not in business, fool, with your dumb ass license. Press 1. Coffee and Kush TV. You on the air? What up?
Hey, what's up, Kev? It's Pitt, man.
What's up?
I just want to read the scripture since you read you showed the law of redemption.
Yes.
I just want to read the scripture from Jeremiah 25.
Go ahead, King.
All right, so Jeremiah chapter 25, 11 and 12. It says 11, and this whole land shall be a desolation and an astonishment, and these nations shall serve the king of Babylon 70 years. And it shall come to pass when 70 years are accomplished that I will punish the king of Babylon and that nation, says the Lord. So that's the Lord telling Jeremiah for their iniquity. So that's like unrighteousness.
That's right.
In the land of Chaldeans, and will make it perpetual desolation. So basically, right now, that last Thursday on the 8th, that prophecy was just fulfilled.
What you mean?
To the world. You know, when the queen died, he's the king of Babylon.
Go ahead.
it's a Jubilee year. She's been in reign for.
Hold on, sir. Let me put the shame bell one time. Let me hit my man, she's the queen, she's the king of Babylon.
Shame.
You know, that's the Kali Ma. You know what I'm saying? How the woman is the household now, grandma, not granddaddy.
Come on
it's
now.
That whole, you know what I'm saying? It's the parable. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But I ain't gonna lie. Since that, I've been numb, like from here to present day, just really knowing that this prophecy really is happening right now.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? And for people to act and come on this show and act like, oh, I've been with you, kids, and to act like they can't grab this concept. You know what I'm saying? I just let it be, man.
Yes,
I know what time it is,
yes,
man.
Sir.
You know what I'm saying? I just sit back. I'm
Yeah.
not worried about these banks calling my phone and all these bills. I'm cool. I'm just chilling because I know what time it is, and the Lord is really speaking to us. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these people don't believe in that book, so they won't even know. You know what I'm saying? It's only for the believers. You know,
well,
the people who really.
Yeah, they was taught by Peter.
You know what I'm saying?
They were taught by Peter to in the Romanovs that Jesus was going to come back. A white Roman Jesus was going to come back, a Romanov, and save the people that's enslaved by the Romanovs. But not the scripture who's telling you specifically prophecy from Jeremiah to Malachi, press 1, Elijah, all of these great works, especially in the Old Testament, proving that God is real. Proven, not guessing, proven. So I appreciate you, King. I appreciate you for like you just said, walking with me. It's a difference between walking with me, because if you walking with me, this ain't confusing.
It's even action. It ain't just I'm just saying it. I'm really not, you know what I'm saying, doing these holidays. You know what I'm saying? I'm resting on the Saturday. I'm sleeping and, you know what I'm saying, praising the Lord and just, just trying to get right. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like people don't know, like we're not even on the Bible calendar. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even on his plan. You know what I'm saying? And people don't know these dates that's popping up in the 30th and the 24th. Like, these are key dates where the new year starts. You know what I'm saying? It's shit wild, man. It's just a great time to just be alive and really know what's really happening. You know what I'm saying? With all this intake, ultra fake news on YouTube.
That's right.
Any stream. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just to know that whatever, if you go back to that King James version, it'll clear up everything. You know what I'm saying? If it don't go with that timeline, it's antichrist. You know what I'm saying? It's real, man. I just enjoyed this little teaching. You know what I'm saying? With the Betty and the Knox with the gold. And
that was great, right? Now you know Betty Knox is a Gillespie. So the Knox family are the protectors and the forts of the gold. This is all the same family.
They're right there in that region of Rowan, North Carolina, Kentucky, and Tennessee. That's the same region. That's all right there. You know what I'm saying? And for people that act like, you know what I'm saying, that's just weak, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. This brother really just spit some real John 16 shit today that I don't hear on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Even cats that I do hear on Law and trying to tell the truth, they ain't speaking on this Colonel George Washington.
No, because they got George Washington as a white Romanov. They not really understanding that he is the king. He is the king, and his children and the freemen are cut off because they don't know who they are. But go ahead.
Yeah, man, and that's just wild. So you can go to any black family, and it's like it seems like they don't know. You know what I'm saying? They cut off at like 1900.
They cut off.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever. We don't know. We don't know. You know, and to really grow up now and know that this school really taught us, we came from here and just being at school as a kid, I remember, when it came to us, whatever, our section in the school book was like a page only, and then it went to the Spanish and Italy and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they just cut us off.
Spain, the Portuguese,
you know,
and this one and that one, and we was like, wait a minute, we just got to. Oh, y'all was on the boat. That was all she wrote. That was all she wrote.
You know what I'm saying? And now that my earthly father's gone, he used to tell me stuff. You know how his granddaddy had a whoop up on a let's just say a Nazi. You know what I'm saying? And he had to leave the area. You know what I'm saying? And go other places. So I could just imagine. You know
how bad it was. How bad it really was, bro.
Our forefathers was really fighting for their land, but knowing if I stay and have this pride, I won't be here for my family.
That's
so we gotta go.
We gotta go,
you know
and leave
like,
it all.
Just to hear that and and to know that, like, when my uncle came down from Mississippi and he needed his birth certificate, he was born in the 40s. And just to really look and see his race and to say color, just to see it, you know what I'm saying?
That's the reclassification.
Now hearing you talk,
man.
You know what I'm saying? But then to know about that now and to hear you break it down, you know what I'm saying, in the simple form, it just brings back all these little memories that my dad and my granddaddy tell me, you know what I'm saying? And it just validates it, man. It's just, you know what I'm saying, man? Man, this brother is the truth on this, man.
Yes, sir.
You know, I gotta give you your flowers, G.
I thank you for that, champion.
Like I told you before, man, my father got me when I was getting in trouble as a teenager, and we stayed on Gillespie Street, G.
For real?
So,
for real?
For real, man.
Oh, yeah.
For real, bro.
So you stayed on Gillespie Street.
Earlier, I told you that, you know, in the past. But,
I remember something vaguely of that.
Yeah, but just to know that, you know what I'm saying, and to hear it from you, and there's the last name, and you know, and King James wrote the first charter, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Bingo.
You gotta put all these accounts into consideration. You know?
Yes.
Before you call in and try to question Kev, you got to put that fact into your bank. You know what I'm saying? And to really know, man, you've been the one. You know, like how you say, you got to be the one to tell the Negroes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
These white folks know who they folks.
That's right.
They breaking them down every day.
Look at this. It's called the Jubilee Trust right here. King George's Jubilee Trust. That's why the Jubilee happens. I got it on the screen. King George's Jubilee Trust.
I can't see it, but
that's okay. It's called the Corona Nation of Their Majesties King George V and Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, man, it's here real, man. You know, man, I just want you to know that I know. You know what I'm saying? That whatever you the kinsman, you know what I'm saying, whatever, or one of, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I know that in my heart, you know what I'm saying? And I've been riding with you and shit and supporting, and motherfuckers call me crazy and just bypass these words I be speaking in the public, but it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing I've noticed through this whole COVID, whatever, a lot of people really don't believe in God, man. They really don't, man, or don't even know. You know what I'm saying? And if they do find out they don't even want to know how they can go towards him. They don't even care. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And that's the real blasphemy of it. Whatever. If a motherfucker tell you, man, this is wrong and this is the way, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard to do it, but you don't even want to give it a thought and try. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying, G. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I still fail every day with something, but I'm trying, G. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. It's just
kids,
that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, bro.
Whatever, even like the kids, man, they don't even be like, you know what I'm saying, energetic to want to do shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you the best time to be alive. You know, just be a kid, have fun and learn. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I just want to appreciate. You know, I just want to tell you that, man. You know, I ain't called in a minute, but But that Jeremiah 25:11 and 12, that's the prophecy that man spoke of right there, law of redemption, and people don't even know what time it is, G.
That's right.
You know, and this is for the class. I ain't even talking to you. I'm talking to the people listening to this show, man. Y'all need to know that whatever these prophecies is happening right now, man. So, like, educate yourself on this law, you know what I'm saying? You know, the goal, we talk about goal, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Start getting resources, you know what I'm saying? Start building your mind to want to form or, you know what I'm saying, get a blueprint of your business or something. Just have something, you know what I'm saying? Work on your mind, man. You know, because the last will be first and the first shall be last. So, you know, I'm just want to say thank you, bro.
Thank you, champion.
I'm gone, man.
My man.
RT.
Peace to you. My man, what a beautiful. Here's Benjamin Franklin Gillespie. Looks like a golden little thing here. I don't know what to call this here. But you see this Summer County, Tennessee, Lincoln County, Tennessee. Yeah, I mean, this is different. This history is different. It feels better for everybody, but yeah, Benjamin, there's Thomas Jefferson Gillespie, there's Ben Franklin Gillespie. All of them is like, wait a minute, did they give these names to Romanovs? Did they just take this shit? You feel me? Did they just take it? Yes, they did. Press 1. I'm here to tell you, yes, they did. And they are busted. There's no plausible deniability.
Your boy Cleveland.
Coffee and Kush TV, Cleveland. You're in the building. What up?
Your boy calling back. Now, look, this is funny because when you were talking to the brother, which I love that. Now, I'm in Cleveland, but it's a part of Cleveland called East Cleveland.
Okay.
We got a street that's Van Buren, but the back street that it go off of is Gillespie.
So Gillespie, Van Buren. And Gillespie and Van Buren.
What a guy, East Cleveland. I promise you. But I got something for you, though. Now, he read one scripture. I got a scripture for you that we should just understand what it is and just take it from this point. And then I'm going to go back to the back of the class.
Go ahead, King.
It's Leviticus 18 through 5. You ready?
Of course.
Here we go. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying unto the children of Israel, and saying unto them, I am the Lord your God, your God. After the doings of the land of Egypt, whereof you dwell, shall ye not do, shall you not do. And after the doings of the land of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall you not do, you not do. Neither shall you walk in their ordinances. You shall do my judgments and keep my ordinances, to walk therein. I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, which if a man do, he shall live in them. I am the Lord and your Lord only. And that's all we got to do.
Is live in him. That's right.
We know where we at. We in Egypt, and we know who we are. And he wants the people that's been through stuff. He don't want all the up to the get the degree and to get the babies in the neighborhood. He wants you. Everybody on here, you the priest and we the priesthood. We heirs descendants. We all their descendants. It's time for us to be the priesthood and go out and be priests. That's what this is about on here today. Because once we build ourselves up, our kids gonna get the money because it's gonna be on paper. But we got to build ourselves up.
But guess what? Guess what? No.
Yes, sir.
No, it's not like that, sir.
Tell me.
I'm telling you. It's through the descendants, okay? It's through His Sacred Majesty, King George, that was transferred into a sovereign nation. Once they're reinstated and once that family is raised, then the blessing is passed on to the people like at Disneyland. It's the same. See, they took his government and made a puppet government and gave them sovereignty so they can come and nationalize themselves. King George was turned into a... So we have to make King George come alive, okay? And the royals again. That way we are blessed and come up under the authority of God and Levitical law and back into the statutes. So it's all one thing. There's no waiting to the kids and then the generation. No.
Right. Correct.
That happens naturally. Okay, there's no.
Correct.
It's too late for. There's none of that. It's just through.
Right. Correct.
The air. So once you understand that, it'll all make base. The young man who just called in before you.
Yes, sir.
Just stand back and witness the glory of God.
I hear.
That's all. That's what it's about.
Sir.
Thank you for that.
Okay, brother.
My man. It's all about. When people say, "What can we do?" I told you. Put your blinders on. Make way. There's everything that you could have done, you couldn't. Press 1. You couldn't. You couldn't do. God knows that you're gonna go and worship the craziest stuff in the world. You're gonna hang the king. That's what you're going to do. You're going to kill the king so you can live under the promises of Baal and witchcraft and take from the tree of good and evil rather than everlasting life where your names are immortalized. Everlasting life. No, you rather serve the Rat King of Disneyland, all the Disney characters on the screen. Press 1 and you want to be a Mickey Mouse Club person. Press 1. That's what you want to praise Rihanna. You think God blesses Rihanna. Press 1. Y'all into some other shit. Press 1. And I let y'all do this. Go ahead. Don't come over here thinking I'm going to give y'all some respect. No, y'all worship things and y'all taking from the book of good and evil, denying. That y'all Christ deniers. That's all y'all at. Press 1. Y'all Planned Parenthood supporters. You don't love God. Y'all love the czars. Y'all love the God of this world, Satan. That's who y'all love. The fake King George who tried to take the kingdom, and the Margaret Sanger who sent you to a genocide, and the Turkish and the Russian and this one and that one. You don't want no real freedom. You don't want a black king that they call the Monkey King, Curious George type of shit. No, that don't make sense to you. You want to be a servant of extermination of your people. You want to look at your black woman and your black man at odds at one another every day. Just find something to find wrong with these black women and these niggas and this one and that one projecting your life on us. No. This is what it's really about. This false kingdom, Satan's kingdom, the authority of the Romanovs. Press 1, make sense? The authority of the Romanov. How much more should I do? Look, the house of the Romanov. Huh? This is who y'all afraid of. This is who y'all black leaders are signed to. Press 1. That's who y'all scared of. When y'all say the Nation of Islam and all of these little subgroups, they better not get online with the SARS of Russia and the Peter. That's for sure. That's why niggas can't call in, because y'all committed. Press 1. I'm not committed to nothing but God, the unveiling of revelation. I don't care about none of that stuff that y'all got yourself involved in, because I'm on the winning team and we kicking y'all ass. See, I ain't even had nothing but 3 cookies this morning. Piece of toast, press 1. Some turkey sausage. Press 1. I'm not eating like that. I get full off of this, knowing the truth. Press 1, looking y'all in y'all face like, yeah, this ain't no YouTube page. Yeah, I can talk about everything, but I want to talk about Peter. Press 1, the house of Peter. Press 1. I told you they were communists, Nazis. I told you they exterminated you. Press 1, I told you every damn thing. That's right, when my family was disrespecting me, oh, he lost his brain, oh, Kev, they always looking for something for Kev to fail at. Press 1, y'all know how our families is. They looking for the good people to fall down once so we can be condemned with them. But guess what? Kev Gills is good. Press 1, Kev Gills is good. Look, they wasn't expecting this. Press 1, this is what the House of Romanovs do. They'll be president, they'll be pope, and they'll put you in the Holocaust. They all pledged to white supremacy, be the pope and the president, and put you in the Holocaust and act like they don't know what happened. Press 1. But I'm here today to tell you was in the damn Holocaust. Press 1. And they wanted to say you was stacked up like this on ships brought from Africa, and all these fake Russian agent blacks like they project this, and you was put in the furnace like the scriptures say. Press 1. Somebody bring me that scripture. You was put in the furnace. That's what happened to you. Is right. They all up in the cabinet catacombs. All black Negroes and people of World War I and II. All your forefathers right there. All of them. Every name that they ever took, the body is right there. Burn up, or they threw them overboard, but most likely they burn them up and they put them in the catacombs to forever own you. Just like that song said with Bob Marley. Coffee and Kush TV, you're on the air.
King Tutoring from Long Beach, California.
What's up?
I'm calling as a man just to say, man, you're right. I was denying the Bible, denying God, and I'm just calling keeping it real because you enlightened me and you done moved me to another direction that my mind wasn't even on.
What you mean? I don't understand. Talk to me.
I'm talking to you that I was on that council culture. I wasn't even thinking about King Washington. I was caught up in all the other stuff. I don't understand. You gotta make some sense. You gotta make some sense. Bring it in, sir. Come on now. I don't know. Thank you, brother, for the knowledge and your teaching. I'm just a student, and I'm just calling to say thank you for your knowledge and your teacher, brother. You getting a better understanding? Thank you, champion. Thank you. That's what matters, is the brothers getting a better understanding. You better pick it up. This is the educated class. You got to come on with it. Coffee and Kush TV. Shout out to Boo Lynn. Shout out to Kenesha White. And shout out to Timothy Pittman and Baron Lynch. Shout out to you. And Coco and Stephen Watson. We're going to continue to keep it going. Press 1. Now, because this is a good class and we rolling, press 1. Because this is a good class, you gotta know that this is a stolen trust. I just posted that up there. I didn't know I was gonna post that. What trust? That shit called the Jubilee Trust. King George Jubilee Trust. See? And why did they break down George's trust? Damn, that brings up what? The Trust Buster, Stolen Legacy. Press 1. And how Stalin Theodore Roosevelt stole your name and the money and the beneficiary and the children. See, it's always a reason that always comes back. Now you got a better understanding of the legacy of what they stole and why the trust is so. What trust? Oh, it's the Jubilee Trust. It's the trust where they got to give their land back to the real royals and to be passed down to the beneficiaries of that trust. You know, in the back of the courtroom and say, "In God we trust." That one right there, George. George Trust, not Lucifer's Trust. George and Elizabeth. Press 1. You got to know who you talking about. I'm not doing metaphysical here. Metaphysical ain't getting me paid. Press 1. Somebody got to explain why we ain't got shit. And planet Pluto and Nibiru ain't made it yet. So, nigga, press 1. Yeah. Hotep Nibiru, press 1. I say that Nagasaki ain't help us yet. Press 1. I say them big head Jacobites on that planet Risk, Brother Polite was talking about, yeah, they up there having green tea without us. Press 1. I say the aliens ain't flew in yet to save us. Press 1. Yeah. See what happened when truth comes? All falsehoods is destroyed. You find out that it's all gimmick. Press 1. I'm the best one. God, I'm the best one. Representative of God on earth right here. Putting them down, smacking these niggas up with style. I'm like Buzz Lightyear. I'm falling with style. Press 1. I make all these niggas look dumb. They don't even want to talk. Press 1. Where my trolls at? Press 1. They don't even want to talk. They stuck. Got them. Press 1. Aye. Press 1. They mad because I found their bosses, the house of the Romanovs. We don't bust it open to the Mr. Gillespie, George Washington connection. I'd have never connected that if I wasn't with the road. Press 1. We would have never connected that. Now let me see the. Now I would do this. Press 1. I could just bless the people and just go ahead and end this with my favorite movie, which is A Stolen Legacy. Press 1. Y'all ready? Press 1. I love my student. Press 1. Hey, listen. It don't get much better than this. I already gave you. Now you got your good ears. Now you got your law book. You should have a trust book. You should have all this in play right now. Press 1. You should have all this in play. Because I'm going to play the movie. I'm going to play the movie because you got to know whose trust they stole, why they can't name the heir, what they were taking, why the Daughters of Confederacy gave you the history, how they talk in code, what they're taking, who are you, and who they are. Press 1. So it's important, family. Everything is important. I love every bit of it. I have nothing but time on my hands and support. Okay? If I get off the internet, I feel like I'm cheating y'all. Press 1. That's how good my support is. Not my views, not my fans, the people who support truth. I'm not a rapper or a YouTuber that's like, oh, we're about to become YouTubers. Press 1. We're about to become famous because we want 1 million subscribers. We want this and we want that. Press 1. I don't want none of that. Only thing I want y'all to do is to pay attention and to support the broadcast. They can have fans, subscribers, followers. They can talk about all the dumbest shit in the world if they want to. I can care less. But I'm finna play this all over again so I can show y'all how they stole the. Now, shout out to the people who's in here today who've watched this program. I would play this video, but I want to wait because I've had a different intention on playing the 13th and 14th Amendment with a different breakdown dealing with the theft and how they made us criminals and how they put you in these Red Cross camps and pretty much obliterated the African American male and kind of written it out of history. There's like nothing pertaining to the Black Holocaust if it's not involving slavery. Nothing about concentration camps or anything. So we're like the first class or the first people to really think about a Black Holocaust in America with concentration camps, furnaces, and everything they said about the so-called Jew over there in Germany and what was going on with Adolf Hitler. I really appreciate you guys for sticking in. This has been a long stream. This is 3 hours and 25 minutes. And if I let it keep playing, it'll go on for 6 hours. But I do have another stream after this, KevRow at night. And I just wanted to, send my Patreon members a shout out, of course, kicking in, staying true to my class. No, I'm just trying to get better at getting these videos and these live streams out early and coming on at night to do my little urban hip hop conservative news and shit like that. Be able to hang out with y'all, smoke, do a little hollering at the females, of course, and what's up to the fellas, and doing some reactions to whatever's been out there in the media. So I love y'all. I'll see y'all briefly. Thank y'all for the support, and I'm gonna do the shout outs for my cash apps on KevRow at night, which is coming up at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. So God bless y'all. I'll see y'all at 6 p.m. Get in the chat room early if you like, because we're gonna be talking about some more of my favorite. What is it? Kevin Samuels, Kendra G, all my relationship gurus, and some snitching and some great democratic nonsense. But I hope y'all got some understanding today dealing with King George and what we be talking about as far as how this nation was established and how history wasn't told to us correctly, being that we're slaves and all. So Coffee and Kush TV, thanks y'all. KevRow University, of course,